SESportsnet.com live programming begins shortly. 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 SESportsnet.com live programming begins shortly.
SE Sportsnet, the exclusive home for Greyhound sports.
Back to pass. Livingston lets it loose up the near sidelines, and he has Norman at the 40. Norman at the 30. Norman's going to go all the way for the Greyhound touchdown.
Geiger kicks it outside, and Geiger's going to score. Three wide receivers to the far side, back to pass. Gustafson's going to throw it out there in the slot again, and this is Wade Mills. He's going to get it for the touchdown.
It's picked off by Wade Mills at the 35. Mills back across midfield. Mills at the 30, cuts to the inside, he's at the 20. Wade Mills at the 15, the 10, the 5, touchdown Wade Mills.
SE Sportsnet is proud to bring you Shippensburg Greyhound football. Tonight, Shippensburg hosts the Big Spring Bulldogs in the fight for the Little Brown Jug. Shippensburg Greyhound football on SE Sportsnet is presented by the Kramer Insurance Agency and brought to you by New Life Painting, Kathy's Deli, Premier Events, The News Chronicle, Rita's of Shippensburg, and Chamberlain's Pest Control. Now it's time for the Greyhound Countdown to Kickoff. Live from Veterans Stadium at Memorial Park, here's Scott Smith, Rob Ebersole, and J.D. Davidson.
The Friday night lights are on in Shippensburg for Week 10 of the football season. Tonight, the Shippensburg Greyhounds host the Big Spring Bulldogs for the Little Brown Jug. Hi, everybody. Along with J.D. Davidson, Rob Ebersole, I'm Scott Smith, and welcome into SE Sportsnet coverage. As it is Senior Parents Night, and a big crowd on hand, as always, for this huge rivalry between these two high schools. And, Rob, there could not be more on the line tonight for the Shippensburg Greyhounds.
Well, obviously, the Little Brown Jug is very important, but they're fighting for their playoff lives tonight also as they hang on to that 8th and final position in the District 3 Quad A playoffs. And we'll talk more about that at halftime, but they have to win and keep their fingers crossed that something else weird doesn't happen as far as the teams above them or below them.
And the last couple of weeks for Shippensburg have not proven to be all that great, Rob.
No, and just looking down here, you only give up 29 points in the last two games, and you think, well, that's not bad. We have a chance to win those games. Well, you don't win them when you only score 20 of them yourselves, and that's what happened. And it's just been a consistent problem all year long. The inability really to score a lot of points. The first game of the season, they beat Dover and they scored 35, and then they did score 33 against Bermudian Springs. But other than that, they've struggled offensively.
Yeah, in the last couple of weeks, folks have said to me, what's wrong with this Shippensburg team? And my answer to them is that they just haven't played 4 quarters of football all season long, and the offense has been very inconsistent.
It really has, and I say this every week, but Adam Hauser, obviously with the injury, and he only hasn't rushed for 500 yards yet this year. From the air, Van Syok completing about 50%, a little bit over 50% of his passes, thrown to about 3 different receivers on a consistent time, Freidinger, Gustafson, and Adam Hauser. But other than Hauser, really not a lot of speed in the outside, and something that happened last year, that ability to make a big play with a reception.
Yeah, we've been looking for that. They'll put a drive together and look really, really good, and then the rest of the ball game, it's just it's kind of like throwing a whole bunch of balls in the air and see whatever falls down to call the next play.
Yeah, and we talk about some of their inconsistency on offense. And 2 weeks ago, here against Northern, an outstanding opening drive, and they went right down the field and scored, and that was it for the whole game. You just can't do that. And last week they were down most of the game. Their script was a little different. Had a chance to tie with a 2-point conversion late, but that failed also.
It's not fair to compare this team to last year's team whatsoever, but this team coming into the season had a lot of high hopes. They've got a lot of talent out there, even though it's younger. It's still a talented ball club, and it's kind of just as you talk to the assistant coaching staff, Rob, as we did after the game last week up at West Perry, they're scratching their heads too.
Yeah, they sure are. They say they practice well. They talk about what the opposing team has to offer offensively and defensively, and they seem like they're ready for it during the practice. Game starts, and it's a different story.
So what are we looking for here tonight?
Well, I hate to say that, the 4 quarters, but I think that's what we have to do. But 2 things. First of all, get off to a good start offensively, and you better do a good job on Mr. Ryan Adams, who we'll talk about in a minute here, the running back, the outstanding running back for the Big Spring team.
Week 10, it's senior night here at Shippensburg's Veterans Stadium, Memorial Park. More coming up on our Countdown to Kickoff show.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg is the place. Delicious breakfast selections, and for lunch and dinner, create your own sandwiches, hoagies, wraps, or salads. 3 hot soups as well as a hot meal special are available every day. Plus, Kathy's fresh baked goods and delicious dessert specials are the best. Voted #1 since 2004. Enjoy wonderful hometown atmosphere, delicious food, and friendly service at Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg. Your next breakfast, lunch, or dinner should be at Kathy's Deli.
Advantage ChemDry understands that your pets are an important part of your family. But what happens when they cause messes? We have a revolutionary pet urine removal treatment that's specially formulated to eliminate urine odors. We offer full evaluations, including treating your subfloor, carpet, padding, and new flooring replacement. Stop being embarrassed by your pet's accidents and call me, Ashley, at 717-532-8676 or visit us online at AdvantageChemDry.com. Get $20 off your pet urine removal treatment.
Your complete quality satisfaction is unconditionally guaranteed. That's the backbone that New Life Painting of Shippensburg has built their business on since 1998. New Life Painting has been providing Central Pennsylvania residential and commercial painting at its best. Keith and Chris Carroll welcome the opportunity to discuss your next painting project with a free on-the-spot estimate, and your satisfaction is the center of their quality work. Give them a call at 423-5577, and you'll soon learn what satisfaction and guaranteed is all about.
Countdown to kickoff from Shippensburg's Veterans Stadium. Tonight, the battle for the Little Brown Jug, Shippensburg and Big Spring. And this Big Spring team, when you look at it, just when you look at their standings, aren't all that good, but they've got some suppressive statistics.
Oh, they really do, and you got to start with Ryan Adams, like I mentioned, 117 carries, 1,163 yards. That's almost 10 yards per carry, and he's rushed for 13 touchdowns. So that's a lot of offense by one player. And I don't think if you stop Adams, you stop this offense. No, not at all. They've had some problems in the quarterback position. Ethan Lee's been hurt, but Their starter tonight, Tim Seawee, has done a decent job. They have a couple of really good receivers. Peyton Beckholt has scored 3 touchdowns. Gavin Pritchard 2 touchdowns. So they can throw the ball also. Yeah, and they have everything on the line tonight because the last few years Shippensburg's really dominated this, so I'm sure they're really up for this game. Well, they surely are, and they're reeling a little bit too. 4-5, 1-4 coming in tonight's game, but they lost to Mifflin County last week and the week before to Waynesboro, so they've lost 2 in a row also. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see with Seawee a quarterback tonight in place of the senior. As to exactly what they can put together. Yeah, he's thrown 34 times, 19 completions, 217 yards and a touchdown, 11.4 yards per reception. So don't know a lot about him, but you're right. Let's see what he can do and see what the Shippensburg defense can do to stop him. Well, that's another key, I think, to this game for Shippensburg. Yeah. The last couple of weeks, except for last week up at West Perry, the defense has gotten stronger. Yeah. But still, the defensive line is in question mark. The linebackers have been outstanding. Yeah, they sure have. And they gave away some big yards in the first half to West Perry, and that's how they got the lead. And they did play a lot better in the second half, but they are susceptible to the long pass game. Big Spring Marching Band completing their pregame activities here. It's been senior night. The senior band and golf and cheerleader and football senior parents have been introduced to a crowd that is starting to ring Veterans Stadium here, and it's going to be a full house tonight. It sure will be, and always is. A lot of people from Newville, the short drive over for that for that team, and it always is a fun game here tonight. Shippensburg will talk about, and we'll read off the seniors' names here a little bit later, but they have 13 seniors playing their final regular season game tonight for Shippensburg.
That's a big class, and Coach Faust and his team's going to have to go back and work on, although when you look at some of what's there in this starting lineup, there'll be a new quarterback next year, but a lot of juniors have been playing this year as well.
Yeah, and they played very well. So they'll be okay, I think. Nick Gustafson will probably be the quarterback, but you never know what might happen if somebody transfers. You never know, but he will probably be the quarterback. But they do have a good nucleus coming back. But tonight's tonight. They got to win this game and give themselves a chance for the playoff.
Yeah, the large fans from Big Spring have come out onto the gridiron to greet the Bulldogs onto the field. And we've got a beautiful night for football. Yep. It's temperature in the upper 60s. There's no wind blowing here whatsoever. You couldn't think what's going to happen on the first Friday night in November to have a football weather like this.
No, that's for sure. It's almost shorts weather. But, yeah, it's an exciting time. It's fun. It's rivalry that has gone back for a lot of years, and hopefully be a good game tonight.
And Shippensburg's dominated for the last 6 or 7 years, and a lot on the line for these Greyhounds coming back. Our kickoff tonight from Shippensburg's Veterans Stadium.
Every day, the Shippensburg News Chronicle makes it their business to cover local news. From breaking news to features, from local government to sports, the News Chronicle lives and breathes Shippensburg. In today's fast-paced world, there are many ways to stay informed and connected with the News Chronicle. The print edition, the online website subscription, or the easy-to-read e-edition. To subscribe and select what fits your lifestyle, visit shipnc.com. Since 1844, the News Chronicle has been reporting on the people and the news of the Shippensburg area. Keep in touch today at shipnc.com.
Hey, insurance companies that want to spend $1 gazillion on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Countdown to kickoff from Shippensburg's Veterans Stadium. The Hounds and the Bulldogs, and J.D. Davidson, his insight into before we kick it off here tonight.
Well, you guys have hit all the key factors. Shippensburg doesn't score points, rivalry game, so forth. Throw the records out the window, what's going to happen, and so forth. The only thing I can say is even though Shippensburg hasn't been scoring points and so forth, they've been very competitive football games all season long. Really, you haven't been out of too many ball games. Waynesboro did pull away late, and Riverdale pulled away late. But other than those two ball games, the other games Shippensburg's played, it was a one-possession game that could have went either way, and a couple of them didn't go our way, a couple of them did. So we'll just see what happens here tonight in this big rivalry game.
Your keys as we go into the game?
We need to finish drives, pure and simple. We need to finish drives and stop their running game.
Countdown to kickoff continues.
Timmons Oil Incorporated of Orrstown has been proudly serving the local area for over 35 years with quality fuel oil, diesel fuel, and kerosene products at reasonable prices. The Timmons folks invite you to call now and arrange convenient fuel oil delivery for the upcoming heating season. Call Timmons Oil at 532-3740. That's 532-3740. Or stop in and say hello at 12901 Mountain Road in Orrstown. The Timmons family encourages all drivers to exercise extra caution on the roads now that the kids are back in school. Parents, remember to take the time to become involved in your children's school activities. And this fall and always, save a life. Please don't drink and drive. Remember, for extra convenient fuel oil delivery this winter, call Timmons Oil of Orrstown now at 532-3740. That's Timmons Oil at 532-3740. The Timmons family is proud to be part of our Cumberland and Franklin County communities. And go Greyhounds!
Premier Events West Orange Street in Shippensburg is the place to go for excellent upscale food and service in the Shippensburg area. Premier Events is a premier banquet and special events facility that offers catering for all occasions in their beautiful chandelier-lit banquet room. All their delicious food is freshly prepared and can be served on or off-site at your chosen location. Call them today at 532-2279 to book your party and let your next event be a premier event.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Premier Events West Orange Street in Shippensburg is the place to go for excellent upscale food and service in the Shippensburg area. Premier Events is a premier banquet and special events facility that offers catering for all occasions in their beautiful chandelier-lit banquet room. All their delicious food is freshly prepared and can be served on or off-site at your chosen location. Call them today at 532-2279 to book your party and let your next event be a premier event.
It's kickoff time for Greyhound football on SE Sportsnet. Now let's go live to the broadcast booth in Shippensburg for the Little Brown Jug game. Here's Scott Smith and Rob Ebersole.
Senior captains on the field for the toss of the coin for Shippensburg. Big Spring has quad captains coming in from the far side of the field. And we're just about ready to get Week 10 underway from Shippensburg's Veterans Stadium. Glad to have you along on this Friday night, last regular season game. Shippensburg looking to win tonight and still hang on for a playoff berth next Friday night.
And if you're not aware, which I'm sure you are, they are currently the number 8 seed in Quad A. And again, we'll talk more about it at halftime. They have a chance maybe to move up, and they have a chance to drop out completely.
So the options being discussed with the captains at the 50-yard line. And we're going to have a traditional toss of the coin here. But a big crowd on hand for this traditional rivalry game, which dates back to the 1950s. And we have the toss of the coin. And it looks like Shippensburg has won the toss. And they're going to receive and defend the south goal. Big Spring will kick it off here to get things underway and defend the goal to our right or the north goal. Glad to have you along on this Friday night. So settle in, relax, and enjoy Greyhound football on SE Sportsnet.
I was asking JD about how many years it's been in a row that Shippensburg's won a Little Brown Jug, and he's thinking 5 or 6 at least. He's a little younger we are. He has a little bit
better memory?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, I kind of like the coin toss, winning, getting the ball right away, and do something fun. Get some good momentum going early.
Yeah, Shippensburg needs to do that. Score early and often, as they say.
That's for sure. That is for sure.
So Adam Hauser will be deploying back deep, along with Alex Sherrill. And also back there for Shippensburg is Christian Melendez. Kicking off for Big Spring will be Silas Kiter. Just a gorgeous night for a football game in November. I'm surprised you don't have your shorts on there, partner. Here we go as Kiter approaches the ball. Sends a low squib kick. Picked off up by Melendez at the 15. He's out across the 20, spinning out across the 25, and maybe gets to the 28-yard line before he's hit in there by Anthony Gaudios of the Bulldogs. So a nice return by Melendez, sets Shippensburg up to go to work 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line, led by senior quarterback Carter Van Syok. Let's see who the Shippensburg deploys in the backfield. They have Torres in the backfield as Van Syhawk will work with a double wing formation. Adam Hauser in motion, comes to the near sideline, steps to the outside across the 30. Penalty marker goes down as Adam Hauser crosses the 36-yard line. And another penalty marker flies as well, and that one's going to come back.
Yeah, the first one is definitely a hold against Shippensburg. The second one was late. I'm not sure what that is all about, but the first one definitely be holding.
Yeah, I think the official just flew through the second penalty marker because he's putting it down where the first one was thrown, back at the 25-yard line. So that's going to cost Shippensburg 10 yards, and the ball's going to be walked back to the 15. So it'll be first down and 20.
The Hauser in motion. They have Eddie Ocker in the offense, and I believe he was out in front, and he was the one that was called for the hold as he was trying to block for Hauser.
Ball 20 yards in from the near sideline as they move left to right. They send a slot to the near side. Ocker is inside of Freidinger to the near side. Running room to the far side. This time Ocker in motion, and he gets the handoff to the far sideline, turns the corner, but he is hit just as he turns up that far edge and is dropped at about the 17-yard line by Peyton Bechtold. So we'll pick up a couple, then we'll call it 2nd down and 18.
Yeah, Ocker, coming into tonight's game, has only carried the ball one time for 3 yards.
They showed him last week in a 3-set offense late in the ball game. This time from the gun. Torres to the near side of Van Syok, and they put Hauser in motion to the near side. Van Syok wants to throw down across the middle, and it's picked off at the 45-yard line of Shippensburg. Peyton Bechtold picks off the pass and returns it back to the Shippensburg 31-yard line. Philip Torres makes the stop for the Hounds, but that ball was underthrown and an easy INT for Big Spring.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Freidinger had a step on his defender, but the ball, as Scott accurately called, was short and easy interception.
So here come the Big Spring Bulldogs with excellent field position at the Shippensburg 31-yard line. Seawee, the quarterback. The junior from the gun has 4 wide receivers set. And they're going to have to call it. Now we've got an illegal procedure penalty flown against Big Spring, so that's going to cost him 5. Back out to the 36.
Yeah, Colby Tracy moved from his defensive tackle position, but they called the legal procedure.
4 wide receivers. From the gun is Sweely. And he hands the football off to his running back, Adams. And Adams turns the corner up across the 30 and goes out of bounds at the Shippensburg 25-yard line. Ethan Stauffer on the tackle. And Adams, who's racking up almost 130 yards per game, gets it started for Big Spring down to the Shippensburg 26, where it will be 2nd down and just about 5. This is a direct snap to Adams, and Adams is going to turn the corner up the near sideline and step out of bounds, and he'll move the chains for the Bulldogs. Max Cobb forcing him out on the near side, but it's 1st and 10 Big Spring at the Shippensburg 20.
Well, Adams a little guy, 5'6", 165, but he runs hard and he has some speed also.
This time Adams will set up behind Seawee in an I formation. 4 wide receivers, a slot to either side. From the gun, this is Adams, straight ahead. Nice blocking, puts his head down and is dropped at the 16-yard line by Shippensburg's Nick Welts. So he'll pick up 4 on the carry, and it'll be 2nd down now and about 6.
Just such a quick first step for Adams, too, as he gets that ball and boom, he's right through that hole.
Pritchard comes wide to the far side of the formation. Bechtold is wide to the near side. Again, Adams, the lone setback to the far of Seawee. Seawee wants to throw, steps and throws into the end zone. Touchdown, Big Spring. Caught by Joseph Yockey in the end zone all by himself. And the Bulldogs score first with 10:13 left to go in the quarter, making 6 out of the INT.
Well, that was too easy. Shippensburg defense expecting the run. Yockey wide open, nice throw.
Kiter to attempt the point after, and I don't think they've got enough of ball players on the field. Here comes the 11th man. Kiter is 28 of 35 on point after attempts. Ball is down. Kiter's kick is up. Kiter's kick is good. 10-13 left to go, first quarter. Big Spring 7, Shippensburg nothing.
For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg is the place. Delicious breakfast selections, and for lunch and dinner, create your own sandwiches, hoagies, wraps, or salads. 3 hot soups as well as a hot meal special are available every day. Plus, Kathy's fresh baked goods and delicious dessert specials are the best. Voted #1 since 2004. Enjoy wonderful hometown atmosphere, delicious food, and friendly service at Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg. Your next breakfast, lunch, or dinner should be at Kathy's Deli.
4 plays and 31 yards and a 16-yard pass to Joseph Yockey. And the Big Spring Bulldogs lead it 7-0. Kiter kicks a high end-over-end kick. Hauser will get it at about the 12. He's out across the 15, comes to the near sideline 20, 25, and is spun down at the 34-yard line. That was Alex Sherrow on the return, not Adam Hauser. Joshua and Gerald on the tackle. And so Shippensburg has the football for the second time tonight. Start this drive at their 34-yard line.
Well, the turnover early, and it didn't take long for Big Spring to get the first points of the game on the board.
Hounds moving left to right. Lone setback is Philip Torres with a double wing formation. Carter Van Syok from the gun, barking signals. Has Ocker in motion, fakes a handoff to Ocker and hands off to Torres inside. And Philip Torres will get the ball out across the 35, picking up just a yard carry, second down and 9. Alex Spencer making the tackle for Big Spring.
Spencer 5'11", 270, and he met Torres at the line of scrimmage and only allowed the 1 yard.
Freidinger to the near, Gustafson to the far. Again, double wing as Hauser goes in motion, and he gets the handoff to the near side, steps through one tackler and is upended very nicely right at the 40-yard line by Ryan Adams. Adams made a great tackle. He'll pick up 5 on the carry, so it'll be third down now and about 4 for Shippensburg out at their 40-yard line.
Good blocking initially to let Hauser get outside, but then Adams was waiting for him.
Running room to the far side of the formations as the Hounds move left to right. Trailing 7-0. Double wing formation again from the gun. Van Syok with the takeaway. Steps and throws up the far side and completes it to Hauser. Hauser across midfield will have the first down and will be forced out of bounds up the far sideline, close to the 45-yard line, but that moves the chains for the Shippensburg Greyhounds. Nice little swing pass out to the far sideline. Hauser all by himself, and Shippensburg's in Big Spring territory at the 49-yard line. Running room to the near side this time. The ball 20 yards in from the far. This time Hauser in motion to the near side. He gets the handoff and gets blockers out in front. Turns the corner. Crosses the 40. Down across the 35. And goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Another Shippensburg first down orchestrated by Adam Hauser. Zach Hasko on the tackle. But move the chains one more time for Shippensburg at the Big Spring 30.
Well, that's the Adam Hauser we know and love. He got the pitch, had a couple nice blocks out in front of him, and he showed that burst of speed and almost broke it for the touchdown.
Gustafson goes to the far. Freidinger to the near. Torres again the lone setback. This time they fake a handoff and hand it off inside to Philip Torres, and Torres finds a nice hole up the left side, down across the 25 and down to the 24-yard line. Gavin Pritchard making the tackle, but that's a 7-yard carry, and it'll be second down at about 3.
A nice job by Torres. He broke a tackle to line of scrimmage and got a nice gain.
From the gun. Handoff this time is to Ocker. And Ocker bounces off of check that is Sherrow again. Sherrow bounces off of one tackle and gets the ball down across the 20 and moves the chains for the Greyhounds. Alex Spencer on the stop, but it's 1st and 10 Shippensburg just across the 20.
Well, it's nice to see Sparrow in there getting some yardage. Nice run.
Ucker wings to the near side. Hauser wings to the far side this time. Torres the lone setback. Van Syok from the gun. Back to pass. Looking. Now he has to elude a run. And now he steps and throws into the end zone, and he has Adam Hauser for the touchdown. Carter Van Syok did a great job of eluding Gavin Pritchard in the backfield. Stepped up and found Adam Hauser all by himself for the score.
Yeah, I think the defensive back was thinking that Van Syok was going to run that ball, so he kind of slowed down, and Hauser got by him, and it was a nice toss and a touchdown.
So Shippensburg answers right back. Here's Sterling Shetter to attempt the point after. High snap, ball is down. Shetter's kick is up. Shetter's kick is good, and we're tied. 7:30 left to go in the first quarter at 7.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Nice 66-yard, 7-play scoring drive for Shippensburg to answer the Big Spring touchdown. And we're tied at 7 with 7:30 left to go in the first quarter. Maybe you better tighten those seatbelts a little bit there, partner. We might be in for a high-scoring affair here tonight.
That's Hauser's 4th touchdown, receiving touchdown. He has 4 on the ground also.
So Adams is back deep along with Gaudioso, awaiting Sterling Shetter's kickoff. Into just a real slight breeze. And Shetter approaches the ball. And he hits it end over end, and it's going to take him by Gaudioso, and we got a penalty marker, and that one's going to come back as Shippensburg's offside.
Offside, yep. Correct myself, that is Hauser's 9th touchdown in the area. His 5 rushing and his 4th through the air.
So Shippensburg will re-kick from their 35.
Well, I know you're anxious, but boy, you just score a game-tying touchdown and have a penalty before you get to kick the ball.
So Gaudioso and Adams stand at about the 20-yard line now, awaiting Shetter's kick. High kick. Adams will take it at the 23. Locker's out in front, 25. Comes to the 30. Comes to the near side of the football field, 35, 40. 45, 50. 40 is Adam. 30, 25, and out of bounds. Cut from behind at the 23-yard line is Ryan Adams. Eddie Ocker chasing him down, and he just about cut that one loose for a touchdown.
Well, that's great running by Adams as everyone went to the right. He decided to reverse field, and he was wide open down the left sideline, and nice tackle by Eddie Ocker.
So Big Spring will go to work for the second time in this quarter, deep in Shippensburg territory at the 23-yard line. This time 3 wide receivers with a double slot to the far side. Adams will set up behind Sweewee. Bechtold is wide to the near side. From the gun, this is Adams. Puts his head down and dives across the 20 and gets down to the 18-yard line. He'll pick up 5 quick yards before James Monahan makes the stop, and it will be 2nd down and 5.
That's a nice tackle by Monahan. He tripped Adams up, and lucky he did that. He might have scored.
Haskell comes wide to the near side. The handoff, no, the fake to Adams, and this is Sewee on the quarterback keeper. He'll get maybe 2 yards down to the 16. Ethan Stauffer coming up to make the tackle. So we'll call it 3rd down and a long 3 for Big Spring.
Seawee has run for 132 yards this year.
Bechtold to the near side. They have a double slot to the far side. Adams again, the lone setback. Seawee from the gun. Big 3rd down play for Big Spring in this ball game. Here's Adams with the handoff, and he dives across the 15-yard line, and I think he's going to be a little short of the 1st down. We'll see where they mark his forward progress. Eddie Ocker making the tackle, but it's going to be about a yard shy, and Big Spring's going forward on 4th down. This time Seawee will work under center, and Haskell and Adams in the backfield. This is the quarterback on the quarterback sneak, and it looks like he's got enough to push the pile forward to move the chains for the 1st down.
No signal yet.
And they put the ball down. Referee looks at it, and he's going to bring the chains in from the far side of the field.
Well, see, we got a nice helping push by his fullback, and that is awful close, but Haskell was in on the play just from behind, trying to push his quarterback for the 1st down.
They bring the chains out from the far side of the field. They stretch it out, and that's a 1st down, Big Spring. Big 4th down conversion for Big Spring early in this ball game. Gives them 1st and 10 at the Shippensburg 13.
Shippensburg defense needs to stop them here. They have not been able to stop this Big Spring offense.
4 wide receivers in the formation with Adams to the near side. They fake a handoff to Adams, and they throw, and it's intercepted at the 4-yard line. Coming up with that pass is Ethan Stauffer for Shippensburg, and he returns it back out to the 15-yard line. I'm not sure who Sweely was throwing to in the end zone, but there were 4 maroon jerseys on that side of the field, and Stauffer managed to come up with the interception for the Greyhounds.
And Ethan Souther has just had a really, really good year for Coach Faust, both offensively and defensively. Unsung hero on this defense, and that was quite the interception at an opportune time.
5:27 left to go in the quarter. 7-7 ball game. Here come the Hounds. Torres to the near side, and Hauser comes in motion, gets the handoff, has a block out in front, and he is hit as he crosses just to the 16-yard line. Nice tackle made in there by Gavin Pritchard on the back side of the play. Gain of just 1, 2nd down and 9.
Did have a block, but Pritchard did a nice job.
You can better believe they've been practicing that all week long.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Running room to the far side of the formation. Freidinger comes to the near. Again, double wing for Shippensburg. From the shotgun, Carter Van Syok wants to throw. Pumps once, now throws long up the far side of the field looking for Hauser, and it's in and out of his hands at the 36-yard line. Threw it over his right shoulder, and Adam Hauser just could not hang on. Kyle Probst had the coverage step by step. Beautifully thrown pass, and that was something that Hauser could have caught.
Oh, yeah, I probably should have caught that. That was a perfect pass, as you already described, Scott, and Hauser just couldn't haul it in.
So it will be 3rd down and 9 now for Shippensburg at their 16-yard line. Gustafson to the far. Freidinger to the near. Ocker sets up in a slot to that side. Hauser in motion again. They fake a handoff, and Carter Van Syok wants to throw. Here comes some pressure. Tosses it underneath to Hauser across the 20, 25-30, 35-40, and forced out of bounds out at about the 47-yard line. Great running by Adam Hauser as Carter Van Syok looked downfield, had some pressure, had to step away from the pressure, and then threw it to the safety valve underneath. Adam finally forced him out of bounds to pick up the 1st down for Shippensburg. Out at the 42-yard line.
Almost a busted play. But that's a nice thing, and it's something that Van Syok has done very well this year. He's scrambles when he has to and got out of some trouble and found Hauser.
And Kane Freidinger breaks the huddle, and he's a little gimpy on the right leg. From a double wing one more time. This is Ocker in motion. They faked a handoff to him and handoff inside to Torres, who crosses the 45 and gets out to the 46. Zach Haskell on the tackle. He'll pick up 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Nice tackle by Haskell. He's a junior, 5'9", 185. Big Spring with 19 players, senior.
Running room to the far side as the Hounds break the huddle. Ball game tied at 7. Both teams with an interception here in this first quarter. This is Shero, and Shero on the handoff will cross midfield and be dropped down close to first down yardage by Kyle Brobst. That's going to move the chains down at the Big Spring 46-yard line. Nice run by Shero.
Yeah, Shero, 9 carries coming into this game for negative 12 yards. He's done a good job so far in the first quarter tonight.
You know, it's interesting how much different the offense looks here tonight for the Greyhounds. Showing a double wing every time they come up to the ball. This time, Ocker in motion. They faked to him and hand off to Torres. And Torres with a great open up the middle, across the 40, and down close to the 38-yard line, picking up 9 yards on the carry before Bechtold makes the stop. And it'll be 2nd down and 1 for Shippensburg, and the Greyhounds are on the move one more time.
And they sure have that Big Spring defense on their heels a little bit now, as they've mixed up the plays very well in this drive.
Running room to the far side. Gustafson goes that way. Kane Freidinger to the near. Again, the Hounds show a double wing. 2nd and 1 from the 38. Van Syok steps and throws and completes to Hauser up the far sideline, and Hauser dives across the 35 and will move the chains one more time down at the 33-yard line for Shippensburg. Bechtold making the tackle, but they swing it out to Adam Hauser up the far sideline and pick up the Greyhound first down.
And Hauser almost broke that. He might have gone down the far sidelines for another touchdown, but nice tackle by Bechtold.
Ball resting at the 34 of the Bulldogs. Hounds have running room to the near side. This is a fake to Adam Hauser, and again Torres straight ahead. Will cross the 30, and his knee will go down right at the 30-yard line. Kyle Probst making the tackle. And that'll be a 3-yard pickup, 2nd down and 7.
Something a little bit different. Hauser in motion. Van Syok faked the handoff to him and gave it to Torres.
Hauser comes out of the backfield for Shippensburg, and Shero back in. Shero in motion to the near sideline. He gets the call, and he turns it up off a right tackle. Will get the ball down close to the 25-yard line before he's met by Mike Kutzmanich. 3rd down and 2 now for the Shippensburg Greyhounds as they've been on the move after the INT back at their 15-yard line. 1:35 at a turning clock. Ball game tied 7. Van Syok with the takeaway. Hands the football off to Torres, and a great job of the Shippensburg offensive line will give Shippensburg another first down to the 21-yard line. William Paulus making the tackle, but a great push by the Shippensburg offensive line gave Torres some nice running room, and it's 1st and 10, Shippensburg at the 21.
That's a great call, Scott. That Torres did a lot of work, but he certainly was helped by his teammates.
Hauser and Ocker are winged. Hauser comes in motion to the near sideline and gets the call, looks inside, now steps outside, and goes out of bounds at about the 15-yard line, forced out by Joseph Yockey. He's going to pick up almost, let's say, 6 yards on that carry. Yeah, let's call it 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5 as the ball is just short of the 15-yard line.
And Hauser that time just kicked it to the outside the last second, got a couple extra yards. That was a nice run.
Yeah, interesting how he looked inside and there wasn't anything, and then he just used that burst of speed to come to the outside. Hauser and Ocker, wing for Shippensburg. Hauser comes in motion. They fake to Hauser, and Van Syok rolls to the near sideline and throws and completes it. Or is it incomplete to Eddie Ocker down at about the 6-yard line? Bounced off the turf here at Shippensburg's Veterans Stadium, so it's incomplete and it'll be 3rd down and 5.
Well, the official the closest to the play did a nice job because he was kind of behind the play, and he looked over, and the other official called the incomplete pass.
Under a minute, 54.8 seconds left to go in the quarter. Hounds on the move, down to the Big Spring 16, where it's 3rd down and 5. Sherrill goes in motion to the near sideline and gets the call, has a block, and he is hit after he crosses the 15 and down close to the 14-yard line by Ryan Adams. So it's going to be 4th down after a yard pickup. We'll call it 4th down and 4.
Yeah, Sherrill running the ball really well here in the first quarter, but I don't know if he slipped there a little bit turning the corner. Can't talk here.
Easier said by a more educated person. Hounds facing a 4th and 4 down at the Big Spring 14-yard line. Van Sock from the gun. He wants to throw. Looks to the far sideline. Throws into the end zone. Touchdown! Nick Gustafson in the far end line for the TD. All by himself, Rob.
Yeah, and he had Hauser open on the flat to the left side, but he did not throw the ball to him, obviously, and waited for Gustafson to get open in the back of the end zone. Nice throw.
Sterling Shetter will attempt the point after. Kick is up. Kick is good. 11 seconds left to go in the quarter at Shippensburg 14. Big Spring 7.
Every day, the Shippensburg News Chronicle makes it their business to cover local news. From breaking news to features, from local government to sports, the News Chronicle lives and breathes Shippensburg. In today's fast-paced world, there are many ways to stay informed and connected with the News Chronicle. The print edition, the online website subscription, or the easy-to-read e-edition. To subscribe and select what fits your lifestyle, visit shipnc.com. Since 1844, the News Chronicle has been reporting on the people and the news of the Shippensburg area. Keep in touch today at shipnc.com.
Two beautiful scoring drives by Shippensburg in the first quarter. The last one covering 85 yards in 14 plays, and the Hounds are out in front 14-0. Gaudios and Adams await.
JD said, I bet this kick doesn't go deep this time.
The Shetter kickoff, you're exactly right. But he booms it. Gaudios is going to rock up to his 10, 15, 20. And he's going to go down just at the 25-yard line. Excuse me. Led in there by Jake Keys for Shippensburg. 6 seconds left to go in the quarter. Hounds lead at 14-7.
Gaudioso a tad bit slower than Ryan Adams, a tad.
So Seawee leads the defense out onto the field. Bechtold comes to the near side. They have 3 wide receivers and a double slot to the far side. Adams is the lone setback. Seawee from the gun. Hands the football off. No, this time he fakes the handoff to Adams, and Seawee keeps it himself and gets the ball out close to the 17-yard line. Eddie Ocker making the tackle. He'll pick up 3 as the quarter comes to an end. An exciting first quarter, but the Greyhounds lead in the battle for the Little Brown Jug, 14-7.
Every day, the Shippensburg News Chronicle makes it their business to cover local news. From breaking news to features, from local government to sports, the News Chronicle lives and breathes Shippensburg. In today's fast-paced world, there are many ways to stay informed and connected with the News Chronicle. The print edition, the online website subscription, or the easy-to-read e-edition. To subscribe and select what fits your lifestyle, visit shipnc.com. Since 1844, the News Chronicle has been reporting on the people and the news of the Shippensburg area. Keep in touch today at shipnc.com.
Shippensburg with a 14-7 lead at the conclusion of the first quarter. Drives of 66 and 85 yards. And we prepare for the second quarter. My partner and cousin, Rob Ebersol.
Thank you, Scott. Good first quarter for the Greyhounds. So now they have to keep this Big Spring offense in check. Adams alone setback. Seawee from the shotgun on second down. He's back to pass. Throws to the far side, and it's going to be complete for the first down. Caught by Beckholt and Ethan Stauffer on the stop. Nice throw. First down, Big Spring.
Yeah, nice little in pattern across the far side of the field, and picked up 11 yards of the first down.
Beckholt with 22 receptions coming into the game. And this is Adams, and Adams fights through a couple tackles. Adams still on his feet for a first down at midfield. Wow, second and third effort. Great run by Ryan Adams. Ethan Stauffer again on the stop. And we have a flag, late flag, but what a run by Adams, Scott.
My goodness gracious, he looked like a track hurdler going through the line that time. Little guy can really pick up the yardage. Oh.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Big Spring.
Wow.
Moved the ball all the way back to the 35-yard line. I did not see anything happen.
Flag was flown late after the play.
Yeah, it was.
Well, now they're going to say it was what must have occurred during the play.
Dead ball penalty, so it'll be a
But it must have occurred during the play, so
it's
negated the first down.
Yeah. First and 10 from the 35-yard line, and this is Adams over the left side and gets hit, knocked forward for a couple yards. Stauffer again on the stop, along with Colby Tracy. Still a gain of about 4, make it 3, second down 7.
Well, he was hit hard by Tracy, too. He just jumps right up there.
3 receivers started on the near side. Now they're moving to the far side, and Beckholt is the lone receiver to the near.
Move those checkers on the board.
Yep. Seawee from the gun. Adams standing right beside him. Here's the throw. This is Beckholt. Close to midfield. That's going to be enough for a first down. Another nice throw by Seawee. Austin Kozer on the tackle for the Greyhounds. It's first and 10, Big Spring at the 50-yard line.
Seawee very effectively throwing underneath the zone coverage of Shippensburg that time, right in front of the defenders, and was able to pick up the first down.
Starting here in quarter number 2, 14-7 Greyhounds. Seawee to Adams. Adams tries to get outside. Nice play by Eddie Ocker. Grabs him from behind and prevents Adams from getting into the secondary. Gain of 1, second and 9.
That time the Shippensburg linebacker had great penetration and got behind Adams and made the tackle.
Second down ball just inside Shippensburg territory. Seawee keeps it. Seawee over the left side. Breaks a tackle. Falls forward about the 46-yard line. Gabriel Long drags him down. Gain to about 3. It'll be third down and 7.
Long did a nice job that time of sticking with Seawee. Grabbed him by the arm and threw him to the ground for a nice defensive stop.
Seawee, a junior, and runs this Big Spring offense very well. Of course, when you have somebody like Adams in the backfield, it certainly helped things. Third down, Seawee's going to throw. Far sideline, it's going to be overthrown, incomplete. Beckholt was the intended receiver. Coverage by Maxwell Cobb. Fourth down, and it looks like Big Spring is going to punt it away.
Yeah, just a couple of yards overthrown by Seawee. Got a pretty nice arm on him, though, Rob.
Sure does. So Adam Hauser back deep for Shippensburg. And the punter is Ethan Lee. Lee, the starting quarterback that's been injured most of the year. High snap. Gets the kick away. Low line drive. Hauser lets it bounce, and it goes right by him. And it is going to be down inside the 5-yard line. And once again, Adam Hauser does not pick up the ball. lets it go right by him. First down at looks like the 1 yard line.
A lot of pressure that time after the high snap, but a nice job by the Bulldog offensive line to keep the Greyhound pressure away. It turned out to be a really nice punt.
I don't understand that. But Shippensburg has the ball back, up by 7 points.
Hounds need to win tonight to stay in a chase for a playoff spot.
Torres, lone setback. Van Syok in motion is Hauser. And this is Torres. Torres fights forward for about 4 yards. Brayton Petty on the stop for Big Spring. Second down, let's call it 7. So that was a nice run by Torres. Get the ball out, a little more running room for the Greyhound offense. 8:44 remaining until half. Motion. And this is Torres, same play. Torres fights forward close to the 10-yard line. It's going to be third down in short. Stop made by Bill Paulus. Third down and about 1. A couple nice runs by Philip Torres in this drive. Big to get a first down here. Van Syok looking things over from the shotgun. Hauser in motion. This is Torres, the same play, and he's going to move the chains. That's nice running by Philip Torres. 3 straight carries. It gets about 15 yards. It's first down Greyhounds. Stephen Lynn on the stop. 8-minute mark of the second quarter. Nice effort by Philip Torres, one of the 13 seniors on the roster. Snap in motion. This is Sharrow. Sharrow is tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Eddie Ocker, excuse me. Nice tackle, short gain of 1. That's Kyle Brose. That time, good defense by the Bulldogs. Call it no gain, second down and 10. Van Syok once again from the shotgun. In motion. And this is Sharrow. Sharrow slips as he tries to turn the corner, and he is stopped, no gain. Third down and 10. JD was saying to me before the game started, Scott, that walked across the field and it seemed a little soggy, a little damp, and that time it showed as Sharrow slipped.
Well, temperatures today got close to 70 degrees and a lot of humidity. And as it's cooled off tonight, I'm sure it is a little slippery out there.
Third down and 10. Back to pass as Van Syok has some time. Now rolls out, throws to Adam Hauser. He's open, and Hauser's going to have the first down, still on his feet. He's going backwards, and now he goes forward, 35-yard line, and Adam Hauser has the first down. Peyton Bechtold on the tackle, and that's a nice run after the catch by Adam Hauser.
Well, he ran about 15 yards down the field and came back to catch that ball. Then he ran about 15 yards horizontally across the field of play. So I guess you put 30 yards in the book there, JD, for him on that pass after the run after the pass.
Yeah, well, there were some east and west yardage there too, I'll tell you. Nice play on third down. Take the handoff. Van Syk's going to throw. Incomplete pass, double coverage. That's Eddie Ocker. Adams over there for Big Spring and Charles Bowers. Clock stopped. Second down and 10.
Yeah, nice defensive coverage by the Bulldogs that time. Carter Van Syok tried to thread the needle, but they did a nice job of coverage.
Nice thing to do. They actually threw the ball on first down. Gotta like it.
You've been begging for that all year long.
Gustafson to the near side. Brodinger to the far side. Double wing. Back to pass. Van Syok has some time. Now running out of time. Out of the pocket. Throws. This is Hauser. Hauser close to the First down at the 45-yard line. Ryan Adams over there to make the stop, and they're going to move the chains. 1st and 10 Greyhounds started at their own 1-yard line, and they're all the way up to about the 45-yard line now.
You know, Van Sciok so effectively here in the early parts of this football game have been able to throw underneath the Hauser when all of the wideouts have been covered. He's really looking over the entire field of play to look for an open receiver, Rob.
Hauser going to take a breather. He's been targeted many times here in the first half. Sherrow in motion, fakes the handoff. This is Torres instead. Torres breaks a couple tackles, tries to get outside, breaks another tackle. 50, 45, first down, out of bounds. That's a late hit. That was Pritchard, Gavin Pritchard. And did they throw the flag?
No flag on the play.
Wow.
Pritchard didn't jump on Torres until he was actually out of bounds.
But a great run by Philip Torres and another first down for the Greyhounds at the Big Spring 41-yard line.
He stepped out of 2 Bulldog tackles. Just a great run.
Hauser back in. Van Sciok once again from the gun. Torres in motion. He'll get the ball. That's Hauser. Hauser spin move. Hauser another first down inside the 30-yard line. Adam Hauser second and third effort. Kyle Brose along with William Paulus make the tackle finally, but another great run by Adam Hauser.
The Hounds are putting together another super drive that started down at their 1-yard line, and they've got it down to the Bulldog 28.
I'll tell you what, Adam Hauser, timeout called by Big Spring, and Adam Hauser's having himself a great first half.
Hey, insurance companies that want to spend $1 gazillion on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
JD said something made a lot of sense. These two teams, Hauser and Adams, pretty much are the same talent-wise, and but rather it's the position players. I think the Greyhounds, and JD is the one who said this, has a little bit of a talent edge over Big Spring. Nice drive here. Chavez in the game. This is Torres over the right side. Philip Torres fights over the 25-yard line. Hooper on the stop, along with Alex Spencer. But a gain of 4, second down and 6 for Philip Torres.
Well, Torres has just put together some super runs here in this drive for the Hounds.
Sure has. And he's going to take a little breather. 5:10 remaining. Boy, it'd be big to get another touchdown here on this drive. Again, they started from their own 1. Second down and 6 from the 24. Motion, Hauser takes the handoff. Van Sciok is going to keep it, and Van Sciok puts his helmet down and fights forward for a yard or two. Braden Petty on the stop. It was an interesting call. Looked like it was an option play.
Yeah, it sure did.
And Van Sciok decided not to pitch it. That brings up a 3rd down and 3. Hauser back in. And Sherrill will come to the sideline. I think that's the first time that play's been called all year. So 3rd down now. Frodinger to the far side and Gustafson to the near side. Hauser in motion. And this is Torres right up the middle, and that's going to be enough to move the chains, I do believe. Another first down for the Greyhounds. Spencer on the stop, but Torres with another first down run.
And I think you really have to credit, Rob, the Shippensburg offensive line on this series, because they have been opening some really nice holes for Philip Torres.
And there's some big boys on that Big Spring defensive line, but you are correct. 1st and 10. Van Sciok in motion, and I think that was Welts. 33, Ocker. Paulus on the stop, so Ocker gets maybe 3, second down and 7. So Eddie Ocker getting more carries tonight in his first half than he has all season.
The Hound offense, Rob, kind of going back into the history books with the double wing offense here tonight, and they've run it very, very effectively in this first half.
They've lined up in that formation every offensive play here in the first half. Van Sau's going to throw far sideline, intended for Freidinger. Good defense by a Bulldog over there in the far corner. Incomplete pass. That was Joseph Yockey on the coverage. That was a nice play by Yockey. Incomplete pass, third down.
Yeah, that was a pass that Freidinger had let bounce off his chest. That would have been another 6 points for Shippensburg.
So the Greyhounds a third down and long. Hauser in motion. And now there's that option again, and they're going to pitch it to Sharrow. Sharrow inside the 10-yard line. Going to be short of the first down. Nick Black on the coverage. That's going to be a fourth down, and let's call it 2.
Wow, nice run by Carter Van Syok that time on the option play. Just tossed it in time, as you should do, and it allowed the Shippensburg running back to give Shippensburg a fourth down at about 2.
And I believe the Greyhounds are going to call their first time out of the half.
Premier Events West Orange Street in Shippensburg is the place to go for excellent upscale food and service in the Shippensburg area. Premier Events is a premier banquet and special events facility that offers catering for all occasions in their beautiful chandelier-lit banquet room. All their delicious food is freshly prepared and can be served on or off-site at your chosen location. Call them today at 532-2279 to book your party and let your next event be a premier event.
So Coach Faust decides to call a timeout, set up a big play on fourth down and 2. Shippensburg trying to keep this drive alive. Both teams with 2 timeouts left here in the first half. JD and I were calling the play here before during the timeout. Let's see. Well, that's not what we thought they would do. Van Syok into the corner of the end zone again for Freidinger. Did he hang on? He did. Touchdown. Flag at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, he had Freidinger turned around every which way, but the right way, but Freidinger then twisted back to make the catch. But let's see what the penalty marker's about. Illegal block against Shippensburg.
That's too bad. Yeah, Freidinger had a
He looked like a ballet dancer out there trying to figure out which way to turn to catch that football.
Right in the far corner of the end zone. Really couldn't tell at the beginning if he held on, but it was a nice catch, but doesn't matter. And that's going to move the ball all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, huge 15-yard penalty against Shippensburg.
So that is going to be fourth down from the 24-yard line, 4th and 16. So do you have a 4th and 16th call in the playbook there, partner? Right back to Friday.
Let me look at that.
Okay.
I think you got to come something across the middle.
Gustafson to the near side and Freidinger to the far. Back to pass. Van Syok has plenty of time. Now he forward, throws down, and that's off the fingertips of Eddie Ocker, incomplete. And that will turn the ball over on down. So Big Spring gives up a lot of yards to the Greyhounds in this drive, but they'll take over on downs. First down at the 24.
Well, he was looking for Nick Gustafson right across the middle at the 5-yard line, but Ryan Adams had him really covered. And again, Carter Van Syok going to somebody underneath. At that time, he just couldn't make the connection.
So the Bulldogs with 2:50 remaining in the half take over. See, we Looks like a direct snap coming to Adams, and Adams keeps it, goes around the left side. Adams breaks a couple of tackles, still on his feet, out of bounds, short of the first down, but another nice run by the senior running back. Ethan Stauffer finally knocks him out of bounds.
He is amazing stepping out of tackles.
Because he's only 4 foot tall, that's what it is. He just kind of goes up underneath everybody. So out of bounds at about the 31, second down and 4. And this is Adams again off the direct snap, and he gets the first down over the 35-yard line to about the 37. Ori Kramer on the stop. Ball was marked at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for Big Spring. 2 timeouts remaining.
Bulldogs just hanging around here, Rob.
And this is Adams. Takes the handoff, and this time he is stopped at the line of scrimmage, and I believe that's going to be a loss on the play. 4 or 5 Greyhounds met him at the line of scrimmage. And they're going to give him a yard loss. 2nd down and 11. Christian Bortz leads the way for the Greyhounds.
That may be the first time that Shippensburg has stopped him for a loss here in this first half.
Coach Faust did not like the spot. He's over there telling the one official that, better be careful. Better be careful.
He's still hot. And he's stepping away now, wisely.
2nd down and 11.
They better get the snap off. They do.
Back to pass, Seawee. And it's intercepted. Intercepted. That's Ethan Stauffer. Stauffer is going to be drugged down from behind by Ryan Adams, but Shippensburg is going to have it inside the 15-yard line. Ethan Stauffer with another great play.
Seawee right into the open hands of Ethan Stauffer. 2nd INT for the Shippensburg defense here in this first half, and the Hounds are back at work inside the 15-yard line.
With Stauffer with both of them. So what are we doing here
Whoa, now we've got a fumble in the play, and Big Spring has recovered. That's what's happening, partner, and they got the ball back.
I was too busy celebrating. I did not see that happen. So Big Spring has it. Adams hurdles forward for a couple of yards. Colby Tracy on the stop. I did not see that. Well, they're going to give him 3, 2nd down and 7. Minute 7 remaining here in the first half. Seawee looking over for the offensive play from the sideline, and they don't seem to be in any hurry.
Now, both teams have turned the ball over twice here in this half. That was an inopportune fumble for Shippensburg after the interception.
2nd down and 7. This is Adams looking for some blocking. Fights forward about the 19-yard line. Austin Kozer on the stop for Shippensburg. Timeout Shippensburg, 3rd down, and we'll keep it right here. Is Shippensburg now with 1 timeout remaining. Nice tackle by Kozer. He's a senior.
Well, the Hounds with 2 huge scoring drives of 66 and 90.
85.
85 and 66 yards. And they were driving again and coughed it up.
Another 2nd interception of the half by Stauffer, and then he fumbles it. So Shippensburg with 1 timeout, and Coach Faust is still talking to the official about that spot before. Talking about the 31 seconds. Stop them here, and they'll take the last timeout and have a chance for a big play. Big Spring will get the ball to start the second half, and this is Adams, and Adams is going to be short, knocked back at the 18-yard line. Bortz leading the way for Shippensburg, and the Greyhounds will call their last timeout, 26.8 seconds remaining.
All of a sudden, Rob, the Shippensburg defense has gotten really active. And they've come out with a lot of fire on this series and the series prior to that against Big Spring. And they've shut Adams down in the last 2 possessions for the Bulldogs.
Sure have, as they have just swarming to wherever he's at in the field, not getting that second and third effort that he does so well with. So Adam Hauser will be back. I believe it'll be Ethan Lee punting away for Big Spring. Shippensburg should have decent field position. Lee is standing back around his own 7-yard line.
Little breeze has picked up. He's kicking into a pretty good breeze right now, Rob.
And here's the punt. High punt. Hauser with a fair catch.
Ooh.
And boy, he had a
boy, did he have a lane up the near side, Rob. Wow.
But he calls for the fair catch at the 46-yard line, so Shippensburg with no timeouts and 22.3 seconds remaining. So work the sidelines and try to get some good yardage.
We've said this often in the first half of play, but this has been a really entertaining first half here.
Sure has.
Good play by both teams.
Mm-hmm. So Van Syok talking to his players and back to pass. Works to his right. And then there's a screen play, and he throws that into the ground as Pritchard was right there, and I don't think that screen play would have gone anywhere. That's a great call on first down. Incomplete pass from the 44.
Well, he rolled the formation to the far side, of the right side of the formation, then turned and threw it into the screen for Sherrow, but he underthrew it because Pritchard was staring him in the face.
Second down and 10. 18 seconds left.
Comes some pressure.
Steps up. This is Van Syok. Rolls to the right. Now he's going to run. 40, 35, out of bounds, close to the 30. That'll be a first down. 10 seconds remaining. Nice run by Carter Van Syok.
Very wisely pulled that down because there was just nobody open to throw to. And he had lots of running room up the far side as all the pressure had come to the near side of the formation. That presence of mind that he has showed so often in this season as a senior quarterback.
3 defensive backs standing around their 15-yard line, anticipating maybe a long throw with only 10 seconds. And some pressure. Van Syok flushed out of the pocket. Gets it to Hauser. Hauser tries to get to the far sideline. He's going to be tripped up by Zach Haskell. And that is going to be the end of the first half. So a good half by the Shippensburg Greyhounds. It's 14-7, and we'll be back.
Timmins Oil Incorporated of Orrstown has been proudly serving the local area for over 35 years with quality fuel oil, diesel fuel, and kerosene products at reasonable prices. The Timmins folks invite you to call now and arrange convenient fuel oil delivery for the upcoming heating season. Call Timmins Oil at 532-3740. That's 532-3740. Or stop in and say hello at 12901 Mountain Road in Orrstown. The Timmins family encourages all drivers to exercise extra caution on the roads now that the kids are back in school. Parents, remember to take the time to become involved in your children's school activities. And this fall and always, save a life. Please don't drink and drive. Remember, for extra convenient fuel oil delivery this winter, call Timmins Oil of Orrstown now at 532-3740. That's Timmins Oil at 532-3740. The Timmins family is proud to be part of our Cumberland and Franklin County communities. And go Greyhounds!
your complete quality satisfaction is unconditionally guaranteed. That's the backbone that New Life Painting of Shippensburg has built their business on since 1998. New Life Painting has been providing Central Pennsylvania residential and commercial painting at its best. Keith and Chris Carroll welcome the opportunity to discuss your next painting project with a free on-the-spot estimate, and your satisfaction is the center of their quality work. Give them a call at 423-5577, and you'll soon learn what satisfaction and guaranteed is all about.
Advantage Chem Dry has been locally owned and operated for over 20 years. We are your one-stop shop for all your flooring needs. Check out our virtual showroom at AdvantageFlooringPA.com. We carry the latest selection of hardwood, ceramic, carpet, vinyl, laminate, and LVT flooring. If you want all your carpet and flooring solutions in one convenient location, look no further. Our quality is guaranteed. Call me, Ashley, at Advantage Flooring, 532-9977 to set up a free in-home estimate.
We are at halftime. The fight for the Little Brown Jug, and the Greyhounds lead the Bulldogs by a score of 14-7.
We'll recap the first half scoring for you before we get into the halftime talk. All points scored in the first quarter, started by Big Spring. Yaki, a 5-yard pass from Seawee. Kiter with the kick, 4-play, 31 yards. That was just a minute and 47 seconds into the ball game, and it was 7-0 Bulldogs. Shippensburg came back less than 3 minutes later on a 20-yard pass. Van Syok to Hauser. Shutter with the extra point. It's Hauser's 9th TD on the year. 7-play, 66-yard scoring drive, and it was 7-7. And then with only 11 seconds left in the first quarter, Gustafson with a 14-yard pass from Van Syok, shattered the extra point. 14 plays, 85 yards, 14-7 to score at the half.
Yeah, nice job by the Shippensburg offense in the first half, Rob. A couple of really nice sustained drives, which done a little bit differently from the playbook this year. We haven't seen the double wing offense consistently all year for Shippensburg, and they showed it in each offensive play call, I think, in the first half. And Big Spring there, they're hanging around.
Yeah, Hauser had a really good first half. Torres did, and you have to be really impressed by Carter Van Syok, the way he ran that offense in the first half. As you mentioned, there are a lot of different things with the double wing, and I think he did a nice job. A couple of touchdown passes, and yeah, Big Spring is not going away. They have some talent, and obviously when you got a kid, Ryan Adams, the way he runs the ball, Big Spring's never out of the game. But something you mentioned towards the end of the second half is Shippensburg started to do a lot better job. They did a real nice job stopping Adams in the last 5-6 minutes of the second half.
I like the balanced rushing attack by Shippensburg, too. Torres and Hauser very, very effectively running the ball in the first half of play. But then again, as I mentioned, the defense did step up and shut Ryan Adams down late in the second quarter.
Yeah, it was nice to see Alex Sherrow, the sophomore, got some action in the first half, and it did a nice job. Had some nice runs, a couple for a first down, and they used a lot of offensive players, put them in motion. Obviously, Adam Hauser a lot. He ran the ball really well. But I thought it was a fun first half for Shippensburg, and leading at the half, and they just need to put 2 more quarters of good football together.
Well, just a super crowd on hand here tonight for this rivalry game, which started back in the 1950s. Shippensburg's dominated the last 5 or 6 years in this contest, but Big Spring is hanging around. And when we come back, we'll take a look at what Shippensburg's facing to possibly get into first-round game in the Division III playoffs starting next week.
Every day, the Shippensburg News Chronicle makes it their business to cover local news. From breaking news to features, from local government to sports, the News Chronicle lives and breathes Shippensburg. In today's fast-paced world, there are many ways to stay informed and connected with the News Chronicle. The print edition, the online website subscription, or the easy-to-read e-edition. To subscribe and select what fits your lifestyle, visit shipnc.com. Since 1844, the News Chronicle has been reporting on the people and the news of the Shippensburg area. Keep in touch today at shipnc.com.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
14-7, the Hounds over the Bulldogs at halftime. The incredible Shippensburg Marching Band performing here, doing another nice halftime show for this crowd. But as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Rob, everything on the line here tonight for the Greyhounds if they want to extend their season.
Well, Scott, I spent hours.
Okay, I'm sure you did.
Maybe an hour, maybe a little less than an hour, trying to figure this all out.
Minutes?
Nope. I spent some time here trying to figure this out.
All right, let's hear this.
All right. Well, in my unexpert opinion, there are 6 teams that we don't know they finished, but there's 6 teams. I think the top 6 will stay in the top 6. Berks Catholic, Bishop McDevitt, Lampeter, Strasburg, Northern, Lebanon, East Pennsburg, and Susquehannock. So that leaves, again, what I've tried to figure out, 4 that will get the last 2 spots, and that would be current number 7, Conrad Weiser, 8, Shippensburg, 9, Northern York, and 10, Gettysburg. Now, so of course, Shippensburg with a win, probably in pretty good shape. One of the reasons is Conrad Weiser, who's right ahead of them, but they are playing Governor Mifflin, who is 8-1 and ranked 5th in 5A. So that who knows, but that looks like it should be a win for Governor Mifflin. Of course, if Conrad Weiser does beat them, well, that might help them, and I don't know if they can move up another spot or not since they're winning against a team that's ahead of them in 5A. Then Shippensburg, of course, we said, has to win. And then you have Northern and Gettysburg. Northern at 9. They are at West Perry. And, of course, Shippensburg lost to West Perry last week, so that's a big game. See if we can get some scores for you. And then the 10th place team, Gettysburg, at 6-3, and they're playing at West York, and West York, it's number 16 in 4A, so it looks like that should be a win for Gettysburg. So we're hoping, obviously, other than a Shippensburg win, either a Conrad Weiser or a Northern York loss. What do you think, JD?
Well, my sources said that if we win, we're in.
Okay.
So, you know.
His sources.
Are they unnamed sources? That's what I want to
know. Yeah. Unnamed sources or?
No, the secretary for the athletic department, Mrs. Janice Nye, I emailed her this week, and she said, we win. I'm being told that we are in. So, you know, there's that 99.99% probability. So there's that 0.01%. So
already.
Basically, I did take care of your job tonight, win, and see what the rankings shake out come Sunday morning and so forth. But like you said, Conrad Weiser, they have a big game against Governor Mifflin tonight. And I think it's been a while since Conrad Weiser has beat Governor Mifflin. So that bodes well for Shippensburg. Now, whether Conrad Weiser would drop completely out of the top 8 is another story, and so forth. You know, you feel bad for Northern if they're on the outside looking in, considering they beat Shippensburg a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
But you know, they went 1-3 in their out of conference games, where Shippensburg went 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the game against Riverdale didn't count, so they went 3-0 outside their conference. So that's, you know, they picked up big time bonus points there with those wins early in the season.
Okay, JD, your thoughts of the first half?
Well, there's a lot what Shippensburg did the first week of the season against Dover that you guys missed. There wasn't a whole lot of pressure on Carter, but he was able to extend plays, move up in the pocket, and then, I mean, the receivers were covered downfield, and all of a sudden somebody would break free. Tonight it's been Adam Hauser for the most part breaking free from his man-to-man coverage, and he's been able to find him on some open routes and turn him into yardage and so forth. The running game, which has been pretty much dormant most of the season, except for maybe the Bermudian Springs game when it came alive, has looked really solid tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Shippensburg with a new wrinkle, shotgun, single setback, double wings, man in motion, and they're getting yardage on everything. The only thing is they were hurt twice on offense on penalties. First play of the game, they got called for a holding. They put them back, behind the sticks, and it led to the interception. And they had a touchdown call back on a chop block with, they're late in the half. So chop block took a score off the board, and probably the holding penalty led to a score for Big Spring, because Big Spring hasn't shown the ability to drive the length of the field against Shippensburg tonight. They seem to give up some yards early to Big Spring, and then they've rallied, they've shut them down, and so forth. So the defense, I think, has played really well so far tonight, even though they've given up some yardage. They have, when Big Spring's got to go the length of the field, they're able to adjust to make the plays and force Big Spring to punt.
Okay, thank you, J.D. And how about the first half stats sponsored by Chamberlain's Pest Control?
Okay, for the visiting Bulldogs, 18 rushes, 71 yards. Adams, 14 for 62. Seawee, 4 for 9. Seawee passing 3-5, 2 interceptions for 34 yards. 105 yards of total offense and 6 first downs for Big Spring. For the Greyhounds, 28 rushes, 161 yards. Philip Torres, 12 for 61. Adam Hauser, 5 for 52. Alex Sharrow, 6 for 24. Carter Van Syk, 2 for 19. And Eddie Arker, 3 for 5. Carter Van Syk passing, 8 for 15. 1 interception, 115 yards. Hauser, 7 for 101. And Gustafson, 1 for 14. 276 yards of total offense, 14 first downs for the Greyhounds. Defensive side of the football, Eddie Arker with 5 solo tackles, James Monahan with 5 total, and Ethan Stauffer with 5 total, including a pair of interceptions tonight for Mr. Stauffer.
Thank you, J.D. Halftime stats sponsored by Chamberlain's Pest Control. And how about the second half?
Well, the second half is key. Shippensburg on the year. Second quarter's been their best quarter looking at the stats. They get 818 yards in the second quarter, and that translates into 81 points for them. Second half's been a different story, and their opponents have gained 838 yards in the third quarter and have scored 82 points in the third quarter.
Wow.
So Shippensburg's got to come out and play better defense and better offense in the second half. Continue to do what they do on the offense. The running game's going. See if Big Spring makes any adjustments to it and so forth. If they do, make some adjustments yourself. But the running games look good. Passing game's been solid. Defense needs to step it up, make the plays they did have in the first half, and maybe put a few more scores up here in the second half.
Thank you, J.D. As always, Shippensburg back out on the field, and Big Spring starting to get back, so we'll probably be at least 3 minutes away or so. Bill will be back with the second half kickoff.
Premier Events West Orange Street in Shippensburg is the place to go for excellent upscale food and service in the Shippensburg area. Premier Events is a premier banquet and special events facility that offers catering for all occasions in their beautiful chandelier-lit banquet room. All their delicious food is freshly prepared and can be served on or off-site at your chosen location. Call them today at 532-2279 to book your party and let your next event be a premier event.
Your complete quality satisfaction is unconditionally guaranteed. That's the backbone that New Life Painting of Shippensburg has built their business on since 1998. New Life Painting has been providing Central Pennsylvania residential and commercial painting at its best. Keith and Chris Carroll welcome the opportunity to discuss your next painting project with a free on-the-spot estimate, and your satisfaction is the center of their quality work. Give them a call at 423-5577, and you'll soon learn what satisfaction and guaranteed is all about.
Both teams returning to the gridiron here at Veterans Stadium, Shippensburg's Memorial Park. Halftime 14-7, Shippensburg over Big Spring. And we'll keep this very positive. Partner will say that when we know who the playoff opponent is on the Sunday, we'll get it posted for you right away on SE Sportsnet. And we will be there to cover it for you 15 minutes prior to the start of the kickoff of the game next Friday night, I would assume.
Well, and unless something really crazy would happen, it's either going to be at Bishop McDevitt or at Berks Catholic in the Reading area. Of course,
familiar opponents from last year.
Both of them, that is correct. So that'll be fun. But let's.
And what a tremendous game Shippensburg played here at home against Bishop McDevitt last year.
Well, and we have been very fortunate all these years to call some unbelievable games, and that ranks right up there.
Yeah, that really does.
There is no doubt about it. So, but let's see. Hey, they played very well here tonight so far. We got to win this game. And the
Hounds will kick it away here, Rob, to start the second half of play. So Big Spring's going to get the first opportunity, trailing just by 7, 14-7. Big Spring scored initially. Then Shippensburg answered rather quickly after an INT, and then scored the second time they had the football.
Gaudioso and Adams back to return the Shetter kick, and ready for the third quarter to start here on SC Sportsnet. There's the whistle, and we're underway. Short Kib on a little bit of a onside kick attempt, but it looks like Big Spring has covered it at about the 35-yard line. I don't know if that was an intentional onside kick, but it turned into almost one. Adam Spencer, the bottom of the pile. So there's a flag. So see what this is all about. And dead ball. Delay a game, Big Spring. Now what's that mean? Okay. Well, that'll move the ball back 5 yards. I'm not sure what that's all about.
It means delay a game.
Yeah,
That's
I know
what
it does. But how do you call delay a game on a kick return? I don't know. First and 10, Big Spring.
We need one of those officiating experts on the broadcast.
Yes. This is a fake to Adams, a tip, and it's intercepted by Adam Hauser, and I believe he is, nope, he's not going to score. Yes, he still may. I thought he was going to get tackled by the quarterback, and Adam Hauser runs it back for the touchdown. On the first play of the second half, and Adam Hauser has his second TD of the night.
No, that was Ethan Lee in at quarterback, and he threw it right into the hands of Adam Hauser, and Hauser looked like he was going to have a lane up the far side of the football field. Big Spring collapsed on him at about the 10-yard line. He walked out of that, and he was able to then scamper in for the touchdown.
That's a nice start to the third quarter. Shetter with the chance for the extra point. And Syok with the hold. Kick is up. Kick is good. 21-7. Shippensburg will be right back.
Premier Events West Orange Street in Shippensburg is the place to go for excellent upscale food and service in the Shippensburg area. Premier Events is a premier banquet and special events facility that offers catering for all occasions in their beautiful chandelier-lit banquet room. All their delicious food is freshly prepared and can be served on or off-site at your chosen location. Call them today at 532-2279 to book your party and let your next event be a premier event.
Officially a 41-yard pass interception for the touchdown by Adam Hauser. 21-7. Can't start the second half any better than that, can you, partner?
You certainly can. Third interception of the ball game for the Shippensburg defense.
Ethan Lee, who started the year as the quarterback for Big Springs, had some injury issues all year long. First play back tonight, and he throws the interception. Shetter, another short kick, and it is going to be on by one of the upbacks, Braden Petty. So Big Spring again with good field position. Again, I can't tell for sure if Shetter was just that's the way he wanted to kick it, or they really were trying for an onside kick. I guess you kick it that way and hope for the best.
I'm not sure you want to give this team a short field to work with, though, Rob.
That's a good point. So Ethan Lee is back on the field for Big Spring. First and 10, Adams standing right behind him.
I think he brings a passing game to the offense.
Adams tries to get outside. He's being chased, and he is going to go down. Nice tackle by Gabriel Long, and Long would not let Adams loose, and that's a nice tackle and a big loss on first down.
Eddie Ocker was chasing him as well, and Long kept him contained into the inside, and then finally pulled him down for a big loss.
Lee 68 of 134 for 993 yards coming in tonight's game, 4.6 yards per reception, 8 TDs and 11 interceptions. Second down and 16. Lee throws deep downfield for Beckold, and he's double coverage, incomplete pass, Adam Hauser and Austin Kozer. Third down and 16, Big Spring.
Boy, that was a beautifully thrown pass, and that's a pass that Beckold has to catch. He had it in the cradle in his arms, and he just could not hang on. I don't think either one of the Shippensburg defenders knocked it away. He just didn't hang on to the football.
Beckold is 6'4", 170. We've called his name last couple of years on the basketball court. He's a junior. Third down and long for the Bulldogs.
Hound defense looking to get this crowd in this game.
Fake to Adams. This is Lee, and Lee back to the original line of scrimmage and out of bounds about the 45-yard line. That'll be fourth down. Jacob Keys, Maxwell Cobb on the stop. Fourth down and about 9.
Oh, nice job by the Shippensburg defense on that series. Once again, I think for the third series in a row, Rob, that the Hound defense has shut Ryan Adams down.
Hauser back to
nice if he'd catch a punt here and return for a TD, wouldn't it?
Ryan Adams over his head almost, and Adams has punted before. Short kick bounces at the 45, takes a Big Spring hop. It'll be down to about the 35-yard line. So Adams almost over his head. He got the kick off. First down for the Greyhounds.
Well, the ball wasn't that high in the air because Adams isn't that tall.
5'6" listed. I don't know. But Shippensburg, good defense. And they'll get their first possession, I should say, of the second half. Van Syok from the gun. Hauser in motion and fake the handoff. And this is Torres. Torres tries to break outside the right side. And Kyle Brost with the nice ankle tackle. No gain. Second down and 10.
Brost sent some great penetration beyond the line of scrimmage and was able to tackle Philip Torres on by the ankles for no gain.
3 minutes in almost here in the third quarter already. Van Syok with Torres beside him. In motion again. Hauser. Hauser gets the ball. Hauser looks for some blocks, and that's not going to do much of anything. Big Spring right there. Adam Spencer and William Paulus on the stop. Hauser does get back to the original line. Nope, now they're going to say a yard loss. It'll be third down and 11.
Well, Paulus did a nice job again from his defensive line position to penetrate the Shippensburg offensive line and trap Hauser behind the line of scrimmage.
So third down and long for the Greyhounds. Gustafson and Freidinger, the wide receivers. Double wing again for Carter Van Syok. Back to pass. Has some time. Still has some time. Now he's being flushed out of the pocket. Steps up. Still has some time, and he's going to run it. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Falls forward to about the 40-yard line. Gain of about 6. Joseph Yockey on the stop. And they'll bring up a fourth down, excuse me. So good defense by Big Spring. Van Syok could not find anybody open in the secondary, so they'll punt it away.
Yeah, that was a nice defensive series for the Bulldogs.
Eddie Ocker back to punt. Pritchard and Gaudioso.
Some pressure.
Nice punt by Ocker. Ball hits at the 30, bounces forward to about the 33-yard line. That's where Big Spring will start. Trailing 21-7. So we'll see if Lee is back in as quarterback. As I mentioned, he's been banged up all year long. But he will return as the quarterback here almost midway through here in the third quarter. First down, 10. Lee throws it to the right side, incomplete. Couple of receivers over there, but bounces incomplete. Kyler Brown on the coverage, second down and 10. Austin Kozer over there also. Not a good throw at all by Lee. Second and 10.
Obviously, they made a decision at halftime that they're going to have to throw the football.
Lee from the gun, hands it off to Adams. Adams fights forward, and Adams close to a first down, and he was grabbed right at the line of scrimmage, and he fought forward. Bortz finally brings him down, but it's going to be third down and a short yard for Big Spring.
You know, he hasn't had the ability to do that on the last 3 series, but that time he got loose off of left guard and picked up 9 quick yards.
Whew, that's unbelievable. So third and short. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. This time Lee under center. And some movement, and let's see what happens. Colby Tracy said hello to one of the offensive linemen.
Yeah, and it cost Shippensburg a first down.
So encroachment, first and 10, Big Spring at the 49.
I think he probably got his point across.
Yes, I think he did. Back on offense on first down is Ethan Lee, and fakes it to Adams, and Ethan Lee with another run, a nice run, and it's going to move the chains again inside Shippensburg territory. Eddie Ocker finally brings him down, but Lee with a big run, and it's first and 10 at the Shippensburg 39. Big Spring back at the line of scrimmage. And this time it'll be Adams, and Adams is tripped up after a short gain. That was Thomas Scheel on the stop for the Greyhounds. A gain of 3, second down 7. And Big Spring again not wasting any time to get back out of the huddle. And this is faked Adams, and Lee again. And Lee this time is tripped up. He does fall forward for a short gain. Ethan Stauffer leading the way for the Greyhounds. That'll bring up a third down. Let's see where they mark it. Third down and 3 for the Bulldogs.
Another manageable third down situation, though, for the Bulldogs to try to keep this drive alive. This may be 2 down territory here, partner.
I think you're right. From the Shippensburg 33. 3 receivers to the near side. Lee from the gun fakes the handoff. This is a direct snap to Adams, and Adams is going to have the first down and more inside the Shippensburg 20-yard line. So the direct snap to the little running back, and he's moved the chains, first and 10 at the Shippensburg 19. Gabriel Long finally brings him down.
I think one of the keys to his success, Rob, is he keeps those shoulders square and just powers through the tackles.
Whistle. And timeout Shippensburg at the 5:26 mark. We'll be back.
Advantage ChemDry understands that your pets are an important part of your family, but what happens when they cause messes? We have a revolutionary pet urine removal treatment that's specially formulated to eliminate urine odors. We offer full evaluations, including treating your subfloor, carpet, padding, and new flooring replacement. Stop being embarrassed by your pet's accidents and call me, Ashley, at 717-532-8676 or visit us online at AdvantageChemDry.com. Get $20 off your pet urine removal treatment.
So the Greyhounds with timeout number 1 in the second half. Try to stop this momentum that the Bulldogs have going here in this drive. First down and 10 at the 19. This is Lee from the gun again. Adams standing right beside him. Waiting for the snap, man in motion. And Lee keeps it over the left side, and Lee is knocked out of bounds. I believe that was going to be a late flag. Welts, I believe, on the stop. And their flag, late hit, I believe, is what they're going to call. But let's see, wait for the signal.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way you can call that any other way.
Nope. It's going to be a late hit on Shippensburg, and that's going to move the ball down to the 10-yard line.
Is that going to move the chains, give them a 1st and goal?
Well, they had started to move the chains, but now they're going to call 1st down and about one. So Big Spring with a nice drive here in the 3rd quarter. Lee from the gun. He's going to throw the ball into the corner of the end zone. Bechtold is wide open. Incomplete. He could not hold on. Nice pass by Ethan Lee. Incomplete, and it's 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, I just threw it over the outstretched arms of the intended receiver in the end zone.
It's like Austin Kozer on the coverage for.
I like that call, though, Rob.
Yeah. So 3rd down and short now for the Bulldogs. Clock stopped at 5:15. From the gun is Lee, and this is Adams. Adams right up the gut, and he'll have the 1st down and 1st and goal to goal for the Bulldogs. Ethan Stauffer on the stop. 1st down and goal for Big Spring.
Nice job by the offensive line. A huge hole off of left guard.
Marked at about the 3-yard line. This is Adams again. Adams fights off a tackle, and he's in for the score. Ryan Adams with the TD, and Big Spring has cut the lead to 21-13.
Yeah, nice drive by the Bulldogs. Very effective job done by their quarterback, Ethan Lee. He ran the ball well on that drive, partner.
Sure did. Silas Kiter, the kicker. Kick is up, and it is good. 5 minutes exactly remaining in the 3rd. It's 21-14 Greyhounds.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
So Ryan Adams with the touchdown. I think that's his 14th touchdown for Ryan Adams. 10 plays, 66-yard scoring drive. Shippensburg helped with some penalties, but Ethan Lee did a nice job leading the Bulldogs down the field, and we have a ball game, partner.
That we do. With a 1.5 to go.
Sherrow back deep. Ball is past Melendez, and he better pick it up. Melendez does it to 4, up to the 10, has a seam, 15, knocked out of bounds by Braden Petty. And Melendez almost made a big mistake letting that go by him, but he did a decent job getting the ball back out to about the 16.
You know, I think he thought at first, I don't have to pick that up. Then all of a sudden he realized that that's a live football and it can be anybody's ball, and he had to scamper back to behind the 5-yard line. Lucky to get the ball back out to the 16.
So the Greyhounds needing to win to stay alive in their quest for a playoff berth, and this is Adam Hauser.
There's a hold
Hauser
that didn't get called.
With some decent running, and now a late flag in, and Hauser gets maybe 3 or 4 yards, and my partner called for a hold, but I don't think he got that one. It was another one. Has to go on the stop, but it's going to go against the Greyhound. Van Syok, and this is Torres. Torres fights for some yardage. He is pulled down, well, still on his feet, but going to get, let's see, a few yards. Nice run by Torres. It'll be second down and about 14. Spencer on the stop for the Bulldogs. Make it 13. Second down and 13. 4 minutes exactly remaining in the third. Shippensburg trying to get out of this hole after the holding penalty. Back to pass is Van Syok. Has some time. Throws it to the flat, and Hauser drops it. Tried to run before he got the ball. Incomplete. Third down and 13.
A good call there, partner. That's exactly what he tried to do. He had running room after the catch, but he wanted to run before the catch. I don't like the way the momentum's going here in this quarter.
No. Third down and 13 deep into your own territory, about the 12-yard line. Gustafson and Freidinger are split. Hauser into the backfield, and Van Syok rolls right, throws downfield, and boy, almost intercepted by Yockey. I think that Gustafson, the intended receiver, he fell down or slipped, and Yockey was the closest person to the ball.
Yeah, but that pass was sorely underthrown as well. Even at Gustafson falling down, it was thrown a good 5 yards short on the pattern that was run by Gustafson.
Auker's going to punt close to the end line. Gaudioso is back there. It's almost blocked. Not a bad punt and a fair catch. Or no, I guess no fair.
Jeez, so it was a fair catch.
Was it? Nick Black. And they're going to call the penalty. I don't think Freidinger thought that he called for the fair catch.
Now, it may not have been a fair catch, but it may not have been the ability to allow him to catch the ball.
Okay.
We'll see what the call is here.
Well, officials are talking it over.
They could pick the flag up, too.
Yeah, there you go. I don't think that's going to happen. Now the ball is going to be marked.
I'm not sure where the ball's going to be marked. There's 2 flags. No, there's another penalty marker?
All the way back, yeah.
There's 2 flags. There's one back inside our
yeah, all the way back about the 7-yard line. So let's see what is going to come out of this.
They both might be against Shippensburg.
Yeah, that's true. JD's saying they might be both on Shippensburg.
Okay, here comes the referee. We'll get it all straightened out now.
Holding in Shippensburg.
That's going to be declined.
And
personal
foul
yeah.
on Shippensburg. Okay.
So both penalties against Shippensburg, and the Bulldogs took the second penalty after they declined the holding call. That's a 15-yard walk-off, and the Bulldogs again have another short field.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line of the Greyhounds.
This didn't go well the last time Shippensburg gave them a short field.
No, it did not. This is getting a little nerve-wracking here. Ethan Lee from the gun. And this is Adams over the left side, and Adams falls forward for a decent gain. Ethan Stauffer on the stop. Another tackle for Ethan Stauffer.
Just a little pause to wait for that hole to open up, and then he scoots right through.
Give him about 5, 2nd and 5. 3:13 clock running. Lee again from the gun. And this is Adams again. Adams over the right side. He'll have the first down and more. Still fighting to about the 15-yard line. Ethan Stauffer again on the stop. 1st and 10 for Big Spring.
Swept it up the near sideline with plenty of blockers out in front. Hounds finally found a hole to be able to pull him down, but not in time to prevent the first down yardage.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line of the Greyhounds. Lee, Adams right up the gut. He fights forward 3 or 4 yards. Colby Tracy, I believe, and Ethan Stauffer. And let's see where they mark it. It'll be another gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. Man, right now, Big Spring not doing anything wrong, and Shippensburg doing everything wrong that they can possibly do. 2nd down and 6. This is Lee, quarterback keeper, and that time it's read nicely by the Greyhound defense. Eddie Ocker along with Gabriel Long. No gain. 3rd down and 6. And Adams had taken a play off, but he's back in the game now. Big 3rd and 6 for the Greyhound defense. I believe Kiter has kicked 1 field goal. It was a 26-yard field goal, 3 attempts. 3rd down and 6. And this is Adams. Adams fights forward, breaks a tackle, and let's see where this ball is marked. It's going to be awful close to the 1st down.
It is a 1st down, partner. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Nice run by Adams. Eddie Ocker finally brings him down, but Adams was hit almost at the line of scrimmage, but that doesn't mean a whole lot for this kid. Lee fakes the handoff, and Lee keeps it, puts his head down short of the goal line. It'll be 2nd down and goal to goal. Colby Tracy on the stop. About the 2-yard line. They're going to call it the 1. Under a minute to play here. In the 3rd quarter, the Shippensburg was glad to be over. 2nd down, fullback in the play, and this is Adams. He slipped, and the ball is loose.
They're going to say he was down shy of the goal line, Rob, I believe. The line judge coming in, putting his foot down just shy of the goal line.
So Adams slips, so they're back up to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. 3rd down and goal to goal. Lee, Adams fights forward. Touchdown. Ryan Adams' 2nd touchdown of the quarter, and we're an extra point away from a tie ball game.
Another short field that the Big Spring Bulldogs took advantage of, and a big penalty against Shippensburg. Wow, what a 3rd quarter for Big Spring. Yeah.
Flag. Seawee is the holder for Big Spring. Illegal procedure. That'll move it back 5. Shippensburg fans clapping for that. That's about all they've had a chance to clap about here in this 3rd.
Except for that INT early in the quarter. It's been all Big Spring.
Kiter. Kick is up. And that is good. 15 seconds remaining in the 3rd. 21-21. We'll be back.
For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg is the place. Delicious breakfast selections, and for lunch and dinner, create your own sandwiches, hoagies, wraps, or salads. 3 hot soups as well as a hot meal special are available every day. Plus, Kathy's fresh baked goods and delicious dessert specials are the best. Voted #1 since 2004. Enjoy wonderful hometown atmosphere, delicious food, and friendly service at Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg. Your next breakfast, lunch, or dinner should be at Kathy's Deli.
8-play, 28-yard scoring drive for Big Spring. We're knotted at 21. Kiter will kick it away. Back deep is Alex Sharrow. And there's a line drive. Melendez gets it at the 15, 20, 25, still on his feet, 30, 33. Nice return by Melendez. and that was Gaudasio on the stop. So Melendez, the sophomore, gives Shippensburg decent field position at their own 33.
Well, here again, the inability for Shippensburg to play consistent football has cost them the lead in this ball game.
So 1st and 10. Torres is behind Van Syok. In motion is Hauser, and Hauser gets the ball. Hauser still on his feet. He
Nice
barely gets
tackle.
back to the line of scrimmage, as that was Hasko wrapped up Adam Hauser, and that is going to be the last play of the third quarter. We'll be back with fourth quarter action. We're tied.
Every day, the Shippensburg News Chronicle makes it their business to cover local news. From breaking news to features, from local government to sports, the News Chronicle lives and breathes Shippensburg. In today's fast-paced world, there are many ways to stay informed and connected with the News Chronicle. The print edition, the online website subscription, or the easy-to-read e-edition. To subscribe and select what fits your lifestyle, visit shipnc.com. Since 1844, the News Chronicle has been reporting on the people and the news of the Shippensburg area. Keep in touch today at shipnc.com.
Well, should be a great fourth quarter, and for play-by-play call, here's Scott Smith.
12 minutes to go in the fight for the Little Brown Jug, and it's tied 21-21. Shippensburg will have the football 2nd down and 8 at their 34-yard line. Single set gun formation for the Hounds. With the takeaway is Carter Van Syok. He pumps once and throws down the field looking for Nick Gustafson down at the 45, but broken up very nicely by Peyton Bechtold, and he just about picked that pass off.
He sure did. And as we mentioned a little earlier, Bechtold at 6'4", and that's a big frame, and he just knocked that ball away.
So it's 3rd down and 9.
Nice throw by Van Syok, but
Hounds moving left to right. No wind right now here on the gridiron at Veterans Stadium. Hounds with the double wing. Ocker and Hauser winged. Torres is the lone setback. Ocker goes in motion behind Van Syok, who rolls to the far sideline. Looking, steps and throws, and it's just about picked off at the 48-yard line. Gustafson again the target, but that was just about intercepted by Peyton Bechtold for the Bulldogs, and so it'll be 4th down, and the Hounds will have to punt it away.
But that's not exactly how we wanted his quarter to start and his drive to start. So now the Shippensburg defense is going to have to step it up.
Nick Black drops back along with Gaudios. The punt from Ocker is a high short kick. Fair catch by Gaudios at the 35-yard line, but we got a penalty marker back behind the line of scrimmage, and let's see what this penalty's about.
Holding on Shippensburg, I believe.
Yep. Call is against the Hounds. Not sure I wouldn't have them punt it again if I was Big Spring.
Yep, they're going to decline it. I agree. Huh, interesting.
Penalty is declined, so Shippensburg will take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. 21-21, just underway in the fourth quarter. Glad to have you along tonight on SC Sportsnet. It's been a fun battle for the LBJ. So here comes Lee and the Bulldogs, who dominated the third quarter of play. Adams is the lone setback. Fake to Adams, and Lee goes straight ahead across the 45 and picks up the 1st down at the 46-yard line. What an opening to run through by the senior quarterback. Nick Sweltz pulled him down, but it's 1st and 10, Big Spring out at the 47 of the Bulldogs.
Well, you know, in the Shippensburg defense, they have to be keying on Adams, just waiting for him, and that was just a nice fake, and Lee with a great run.
This time Hasko is winged to the near side. Adams is in the backfield. He gets the football this time, puts his head down and crosses midfield. Monahan on the tackle for the Hounds, but that's a 3-yard carry by Adams. It'll be 2nd down and 7. as they're going to place the football down just shy of the 50-yard stripe.
It's a moral victory whenever you can hold him to a 3-yard gain.
11 minutes left to go in regulation. 21-21 as we battle for the LBJ. Lee with the takeaway. Fakes the handoff to Adams and slips on this turf after he does cross midfield. It's going to be 3rd down after picking out another couple of yards, so we'll call it 3rd down and 5. I don't know, the head linesman and the line judge are on working an angle. They're not working it straight across the football field. This time Beckhold comes to the near side. Slot to the far side. As the Dogs move right to left here in this 4th quarter. Lee with the takeaway. Looking to throw up the far sideline. Here comes some pressure, and he loses the football. It's still on the ground, and it's finally picked up. Or was it an incomplete pass?
Well, I believe that's what the Shippensburg defense thought, and it's going to be called an incomplete pass because Bork was over there. And
I thought that ball just slipped out of his hand, and everybody just stood around. So it's 4th down and 5, and Lee's in to punt it away. Hauser stands back at his 20-yard line. High snap. Nice long kick, driving Hauser back to the 15. He jukes and dodges, and he can't get away from the coverage and goes down at the 17-yard line. Tackle made by Gaudioso. So Shippensburg will go to work 1st and 10 as they put the football down, and it looks like the 18-yard line.
The Greyhounds went for a block punt that time as they rushed a lot of players, but good protection for the Bulldogs, and Shippensburg deep in their own territory.
Here come the Hounds with Freidinger to the near side as they move left to right, running room to the near. Again, double wing set. Torres gets the football. Straight ahead goes the Shippensburg running back, and he is slung down just as he gets across the 20-yard line by Alex Spencer. Picked up, let's call it 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and about 7, and that's a real long 7 yards. 9:25 left to go in regulation. Freidinger to the near. Gustafson to the far. Once again, the senior quarterback for Shippensburg from the gun as Hauser comes in motion, and he's going to get the handoff. Blockers out in front, scoots through one tackler, and Adams finally tackles him to the ground as he crosses the 25 and gets out to the 26, where Shippensburg will be placed with a 3rd down and about 2.
That was a nice run by Adam Hauser, and they certainly needed that to get 3rd down and manageable here.
Running room to the far side. Gustafson goes there, and Freidinger comes to the near. Torres this time to the near side of Gustafson. Hauser in motion. They fake a handoff and hand it off inside to Torres, and he dives off of left guard, and let's see if he got enough for the 1st down. It's going to be mighty close.
I think he's short.
But it's short. It's short, and it's 4th down and about 1 for Shippensburg. And they've got to punt it away here, Rob, don't they?
Yes, they do.
They have to punt it away. But they're not going to.
Whistle.
Puts the ball in play. That play clock turning under 25 seconds.
What are they doing?
Van Syk just now getting to the huddle. 4th down and a yard. Ball at the 27-yard line.
Boy, and they're not really organized either, Scott.
No, they sure aren't. And there goes the hand up in the air. They better get this off. And it's got to cost them 5.
No, we call timeout.
Yep, Shippensburg did call the timeout just before the play clock ran out.
They're trying to draw them offside.
Yeah, they burned their 2nd time out of the half. Just got that timeout called, Rob.
Yeah, I just punt it right away. Just punt it and keep that extra timeout.
Well, Eddie Ocker's in the ball game now, so he is going to punt it away.
Yeah, but why waste the timeout?
Right, and, yeah, take that time off the clock.
And I understand trying to draw them off sides, but I thought for the longest time they were actually going to run a play.
Well, I'm not so sure they weren't. Maybe not. Maybe they were trying to draw him offside. So Ocker's in to punt, but Adams hasn't dropped back yet. Now he goes back.
Well, they're anticipating a run.
Maybe a fake or something here. Yeah, but Ocker punts it, and it just is a short kick. Oh, man. But hits at the 40 and then takes a Shippensburg roll right to midfield. Boy, did they dodge something there. Still going to give the Bulldogs a short field for the third consecutive time. 7:35 left to go in this game, and everybody take a breath. We're tied 21-21 as Shippensburg fights for a playoff spot, and they battle for the Little Brown Jug.
Ocker has done a really good job punting the ball tonight, but that time didn't get a very good effort off.
So here come the Dogs, sending Pritchard wide to the near side of the far side of the formation. The running room comes to the near side, and that's where Pritchard sets up. Adams gets the call. Adams trying to bounce it outside, turns the corner, crosses midfield, and goes out of bounds, forced out by Christian Bortz just at the 49-yard line of Shippensburg. So Adams is only going to get a yard on that carry. Well, actually, now they say no gain on the play as he stepped out of bounds at the line of scrimmage up the far side. Clock is stopped, 7:31 left to go in regulation. 3 wide receivers set to the far side. Lee steps up, throws downfield, looking for Pritchard at the 20-yard line, and it's overthrown. Double coverage by Hauser, along with Maxwell Cobb for Shippensburg. So it'll be 3rd down and 10.
Beckhold at 6'4", and Maxwell Cobb at 5'8". A little bit of a mismatch there.
Clock stopped, 7:26 left to go in regulation. This time Beckhold comes to the near side, 3 wide receivers to the far. They send a man in motion to the near side, that's Black. Back to pass is Lee. He eludes a lot of Shippensburg pressure, rolls to the far sideline, and then is going to be forced out of bounds for a loss. Back close to the 45-yard line, as Lee had absolutely nobody to throw to. Great coverage by the Shippensburg secondary, and it's going to be 4th down and about 16.
Coach Faust is talking to the official about something.
So Lee's in to punt it this time, and Adam Hauser's going to wait at his 25-yard line. A little bit of a breeze into the back of Lee, and he gets away a nice kick, driving Hauser back to the 14. Hauser looking to get away from Beckhold. He does elude him, comes to the near sideline, out across the 10, out across the 15, and is tackled out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Tackled out of bounds by Braden Petty for the Bulldogs. So after it looked like Adam Hauser could have been trapped back inside his 10, he picks up 10 yards on the return, and the Hounds will go to work 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Well, Big Spring obviously is winning the field position battle here in the 4th quarter, but thanks to Adam Hauser, boy, it could have been a lot worse.
So the ball's 20 yards in from the near side as the Hounds move left to right. 7:05 left to go in regulation. We're tied at 21. This time, no double wing. Hauser to the near side. Van Syok rolls to the far side, wants to throw. Here comes some pressure, and he gets away from that. Now rolls back to the near side and finds Adam Hauser back close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, Hauser's going to get a couple yards on the reception, forced out of bounds by Joseph Yockey. But what presence by Carter Van Syok to elude the pressure and then roll back to the near side and find Adam Hauser loose for a couple-yard pickup, 2nd down and 8.
That had disaster written all over it, but nice scrambling and first completed pass of the half, according to J.D.
This time Hauser comes to the near side, and the Hounds put trips to the far side. Torres, the lone setback. From the gun, Van Syok wants to throw. Quick 2-step drop, throws over the middle to Nick Gustafson, who's loose across the 40. And Nick Gustafson has a 1st down at midfield for the Shippensburg Greyhounds. Kyle Bortz on the tackle, but a nice pass right across the middle to a wide open Nick Gustafson, and it's 1st and 10, Shippensburg at the 50.
First down of the half for Shippensburg.
Hounds without a huddle. Carter Van Syok to the near sideline to get the play. As Gustafson comes out of the lineup, Hauser will come to the near side. They'll send trips to the far side. Van Syok 1st and 10 from midfield. The handoff and the draw play to Torres, and a face mask call is going to come out on Haskell for the Bulldogs as he reached up to pull Torres down, and that's going to be a big penalty against Big Spring here, and it's a personal foul, so that's 15 more yards walked off, and another Shippensburg first down to the 31-yard line of Big Spring.
Now, there's a couple penalty flags thrown. That was pretty blatant. See that from up here.
5:44 left to go in regulations. Double slot to the near side with Hauser to the far side. Torres again. The lone setback. Van Syok with a takeaway. Rolls to the near sideline. Wants to throw. Steps and throws down the near sideline. And it's batted away at the 5-yard line by Ryan Adams. Pass was intended for Melendez for Shippensburg, and it's incomplete. Nice play by Ryan Adams. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a dangerous throw, as Adams had really good coverage.
5:27 left to go in regulation. Yeah, that time Van Syok, Rob, I think, stepped off of his back foot and kind of underthrew that pass. 2nd and 10. Carter Van Syok steps and throws and completes it to Kane Freidinger down to the 28-yard line. Kyle Probst on the tackle. That's a 4-yard pickup, 3rd down and 6 now for Shippensburg.
Well, Freidinger slipped too, so we're seeing an awful lot of that here in the 4th quarter.
Down to the 5-minute mark. Shippensburg with just 1 timeout in regulation. 4 wide receivers set. Trips to the near side. Van Syok with the takeaway. Steps and throws and completes it to Kane Freidinger at the 20. Inside the 15. Kane Freidinger fights for a first down, and it's 1st and goal, Shippensburg at the 9-yard line. Zach Haskell finally making the stop, but the Hounds moving the football, have it 1st and goal at the 9.
Well, that was a nice run after the pass. So first of all, a great pass by Van Syok, but Freidinger broke a couple tackles after the catch.
Freidinger's been kind of quiet tonight, but he's had 2 big catches in this drive. He goes wide to the far side, outside of the slot. Running room to the far side for the Hound offense. Philip Torres, inside handoff. Torres on his knees at the 5-yard line where it'll be 2nd down and goal. Austin Long finally pulling him down.
Well, I'll tell you, Long, I think, prevented the touchdown because there was some open ground in front of Torres, but that was a nice tackle by Austin Long.
Clock turns 3:58 left to go in regulation. Tied at 21. The Hounds smell 6 here with a 2nd and goal at the 5. Gustafson back into the lineup is set in a slot as Freidinger goes wide on that slot side of the formation. With the takeaway, Van Syok steps and throws to Adam Hauser's in. No, yes, he's in for the touchdown. Right across the goal line on a well-thrown pass on a 2-step drop by Carter Van Syok, and the Hounds retake the lead with 3:33 left to go in the game.
That was a fastball thrown by Van Syok. He didn't. He threw that ball really hard, and Hauser hung on for the touchdown.
Shetter out of a Van Syok hold will attempt the 28th point for the Hounds. Ball is down. Shetter's kick is up. Shetter's kick is good. Shippensburg 28, Big Spring 21.
Hey, insurance companies that want to spend a gazillion dollars on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Shetter's extra point was no good. No good. Wide to the right. So it's 27-21. 80-yard, 8-play scoring drive for the Hounds. That missed point after, partner, could loom large in this ballgame. Godioso and Adams await the kick of Sterling Shetter for Shippensburg. Shetter's going to tee the ball up to the near side, hash mark.
He's kicked it short the last couple of times, like onside kick short.
And this time it kicks it deep, hits at the 25-yard line, picked up by Adams. Adams looking for blockers, has some room up the near far side, and then puts his head down and is stopped maybe to the 25-yard line. Tackle made in there by Max Cobb along with Gabriel Long for Shippensburg. And so 3:29 left to go in regulation. Ball is placed just shy of the 25-yard line. 75 yards in front of the Bulldogs.
All 3 timeouts too, Scott.
And the Shippensburg crowd getting in this ball game, yelling defense. Ethan Lee has Adams in the backfield. 3 wide receivers set. Hand off to Adams. Adams looking for blockers. Bounces outside. Can he turn the corner? No, but a penalty marker flies at the 30-yard line. Forcing him out of bounds was Eddie Ocker for Shippensburg. Let's see what this penalty is about.
Holding, I believe.
Flag flew at the 31, 32-yard line, so the penalty will be walked off from there. It's going to make it about first down and 18, maybe 17.
Well, these penalties have been big in these games tonight, this game tonight. Different penalties that just really hurt the momentum of both teams.
Running room to the far side of the formation as the Bulldogs move right to left. Lee from the gun. Steps, throws, and it's batted down at the line of scrimmage. Nice play by Christian Bortz for Shippensburg, and it's second down and about 18.
Bortz is listed at 6'4", 210, and he used that big frame to knock that ball down. Great play.
3:08 left to go on a stop clock in regulation, and the Hounds lead it by 6, 27-21. Hear that crowd yelling defense. Lee with the football. Looks to the far sideline, steps and throws. We got a whistle, though, before the play, and illegal procedure against Big Spring. So all of a sudden, the Bulldog offense is collapsing with mistakes here. 5 more yards will be walked off, and that's going to make it second down and 23.
Crazy how that works. Man.
3:05 left to go in the battle for the Little Brown Jug. Three wide receivers, 2 to the near, 1 to the far. Lee looking up the near sideline. He's got a man open, and it's just tipped away at the 45-yard line by Shippensburg's Gabriel Long. What a throw by Lee, and what a defensive play by Long, and it's third down and 23.
Yockey had a step on Long, but that was a great defensive play. Third down.
Well, quite honestly, the game could rest right here, Rob, in this third down play.
Yeah.
The Hounds season is resting maybe right here on this third down play. Third down and 23. Adams the lone setback. Less than 5 seconds to go on the play clock. Lee straight back to pass, looking, eluding some pressure, still scrambling in the backfield, and he is going to go down and throws the ball out of play. Let's see what the official says. Was he down at the 1 yard line? It looks like he was down at the 1 yard line. James Monahan pulled him down at the 1 before he could get rid of the football, and it's going to be fourth down.
Yeah, he was definitely down before he tried to throw. There's no doubt about it, but that was a great play by James Monahan, another one of the seniors on this squad.
And now Coach Faust wants to call his last time out of the game with 2:50 left to go. Shippensburg 27, Big Spring 21.
Advantage ChemDry understands that your pets are an important part of your family, but what happens when they cause messes? We have a revolutionary pet urine removal treatment that's specially formulated to eliminate urine odors. We offer full evaluations, including treating your subfloor, carpet, padding, and new flooring replacement. Stop being embarrassed by your pet's accidents and call me, Ashley, at 717-532-8676 or visit us online at AdvantageChemDry.com. Get $20 off your pet urine removal treatment.
Fourth down, and Big Spring's going to be punting from deep into their own end zone.
JD made the comment, you call that timeout, just tell the kids, make sure you don't rough the punter, and let him get the kick away.
Adam Hauser stands at about the Big Spring 38-yard line. Punt crosses the 45 and is going to be down back at the 46. No timeouts left for Shippensburg. 2:39 left to go in the game. Shippensburg with a 27-21 lead, and Big Spring has all three of their timeouts. Shippensburg makes it into the playoffs with a victory tonight. If they make it into the playoffs with a victory tonight, we'll have, as soon as the opponent and the time and place are announced, we'll have it right here on SC Sportsnet for you sometime on Sunday. So here come the Greyhounds with a 1st and 10 at the Big Spring 45. Carter Van Syok under center. Philip Torres gets the call, and the senior running back is going to move the pile down across the 40, still on his feet to the 38-yard line. And Van Syok's trying to get the crowd in this ball game. That's a great run by Torres. Timeout called by Big Spring. It'll be 7 yards on the carry, 2nd down and 7. Ryan Adams on the tackle.
Well, 2 timeouts left. That's a great play by Philip Torres and a nice run. And you can only stop it 2 more times. The first down would be big here, partner.
Well, you can take a little bit of a breath. I tell you what, after that third quarter, it was tough to breathe here for the Hounds. 2:28 left to go on a stop clock. (27-21) Shippensburg over Big Spring for the fight to extend the season and hold on to the Little Brown Jug for another year. Hounds break the huddle. Freininger to the near. Gustafson to the far. Hauser and Torres in the backfield. Van Syok under center. 2nd and 4 call goes to Philip Torres, and Torres has some nice blockers out in front. He'll move the chains as he crosses the 35 and gets down to the 34-yard line, and he's a little slow to get up. Joe Yockey making a great hit on Torres. It gets a little bit of an applause from the crowd, but it's 1st and 10 Shippensburg at the 34-yard line.
Never ceases to amaze me, Torres. Listed at 5'8", and he just runs over people.
He's as tough a runner at that size as I think we've seen for a long time, partner.
No doubt.
2 minutes left to go in the game. This is Adam Hauser, and Hauser is pulled down from behind by Ryan Adams. Hauser gets the ball down to the 31. He'll pick up 3. And Big Spring will burn another timeout, and it will be second down and about 8 after a 2-yard pickup. Well, it's been a very enjoyable regular season this year for us here at SE Sportsnet.
Yeah, interesting.
Hounds had huge expectations coming into the season. Didn't all work out to their advantage, but with a win here tonight, possibility of extending the season into the first round of the playoffs next Friday night, and that game will be right here on SE Sportsnet. 1:49 left to go. Hounds lead at 27-21. Ball resting at the Big Spring 31-yard line. Hauser and Torres split. Torres gets the handoff, has a block out in front and tries to turn the corner, and is forced out of bounds shy of the 30-yard line. Not a real productive play, but Joseph Yockey will make the tackle, but that does not stop the clock as Torres was hit inbounds. So the clock continues to run at 1:35.
So Big Spring is going to keep that one timeout.
And we have third down now, and we'll still call it 8.
No hurry to snap this ball.
Van Syok hands the football off to Torres again, this time off of right tackle. And he'll move the ball down to about the 26-yard line. Zach Hasko coming up to make the stop, where it's going to be fourth down now. And about 4 yards to go. And Big Spring will burn their final time out of the game.
Hasko, didn't mention this before the game, Scott, the leading tackler for Big Spring. He's close to 100 on the year.
1:05 left to go in this football game. 27-21. Shippensburg faced with a 4th down and 4 situation. Ball just shy of the 25-yard line. Hounds come from the near side in their huddle on the timeout. Big Spring could not stop the clock, but the Hounds would like to pick up this first down, I'm sure, Rob.
Yep.
Hauser and Torres in the backfield. Van Syok steps and turns and completes it and then drops it, does Adam Hauser, and a penalty marker back at the 33-yard line. Hauser was wide open, but he got turned around to try to make the reception.
See what the penalty's all about here.
I would certainly think if this is against Shippensburg, you decline it, right?
Yep.
And they've got to get the ball back with 1:01 left to go in the game. Yep. Holding against Shippensburg will be declined. The ball will go over on downs. And the ball's going to be placed down at the 26-yard line. So here comes Big Spring, down by 6, with no timeouts on either side. 4 wide receiver set, running room to the far side. Lee from the gun, steps back, plenty of time, looking. Now he has to elude a Greyhound. Steps and throws up the far sideline, and it's in and out of the hands of Hasko at midfield. Hasko had to go up in the air to try to pull that down, and he just could not hang on, so it's second down and 10.
Yeah, and he was open, but Lee just couldn't quite get the ball right to him. That would have been a big catch on first down.
Clock stopped, 53.9 seconds left, second and 10. Again, Lee will work from the gun. Plenty of time, looking. Now he has to elude a Greyhound, and he steps and throws it out of bounds out at about the 30-yard line. The closest receiver was Peyton Bechtold, but he just got rid of that ball as Gabriel Long and Ori Kramer were putting a lot of pressure on Lee. So it's third down and 10 now. 48.2 seconds left.
Lee looked like he had plenty of time. Then all of a sudden, those two defenders came in and put a lot of pressure on him.
This time, 3 wide receivers to the far side. Beckhold is to the near. The takeaway. Here comes the pressure. Lee gets away from one Shippensburg defender, still scrambling in the backfield, throws up the near sideline, and it's out of bounds and incomplete. And again, the closest Bulldog was Haskell. But what some great pressure by Shippensburg's Christian Bortz and Gabriel Long for the Hounds. So it's 4th down. And the regular season hangs on a 39.7-second clock, and the Hounds lead at 27-21.
They have just not allowed Lee any time to throw the ball these last 2 plays.
The Hounds looking to extend the season with a first-round playoff berth next week with a possible win here tonight. 4th and 10. Long looks over the defense with the football. Straight back to pass. Rolls to the far sideline. Still looking. Pumps and throws long downfield. He's got a man open, 2 men open, but it falls incomplete.
Austin Kozer.
At the 45-yard line, right through the arms of Austin Kozer.
Knocked it down.
He had Gavin Pritchard and he had Peyton Bechtel wide open, but Austin Kozer made a defensive play of the game to knock that down. And with 29.5 seconds left, the Greyhounds will take over on downs at the Big Spring 25-yard line.
Wow. Boy, I tell you, give credit to Lee as he rolled out and really was pressured, but got that last pass off, but Austin Kozer knocked it away.
Nobody can stop the clock. The Hounds can take a knee. They're going to hold on to the Little Brown Jug. And a great chance to move into the first round of the division playoffs next week. Van Syok takes a knee, and a real gutsy performance here tonight, Rob, by these Shippensburg Greyhounds, because this ball game was close from the first tick of the clock.
Yeah, Big Spring came in here and played a heck of a game. A lot of talent, but Shippensburg just had a little too much for them and played a really good last part of the 4th quarter to cement the win.
Good defense by Shippensburg in the 4th quarter after a real shaky 3rd quarter all the way around. It's over. The Hounds have won the Little Brown Jug, and they win the ball game by a final score of 27-21.
Timmins Oil Incorporated of Orrstown has been proudly serving the local area for over 35 years with quality fuel oil, diesel fuel, and kerosene products at reasonable prices. The Timmins folks invite you to call now and arrange convenient fuel oil delivery for the upcoming heating season. Call Timmins Oil at 532-3740. That's 532-3740. Or stop in and say hello at 12901 Mountain Road in Orrstown. The Timmins family encourages all drivers to exercise extra caution on the roads now that the kids are back in school. Parents, remember to take the time to become involved in your children's school activities. And this fall and always, save a life. Please don't drink and drive. Remember, for extra convenient fuel oil delivery this winter, call Timmins Oil of Orrstown now at 532-3740. That's Timmins Oil at 532-3740. The Timmins family is proud to be part of our Cumberland and Franklin County communities. And go Greyhounds!
What a big victory here tonight, Rob, for the Shippensburg Greyhounds with a 27-21 win to continue to hold on to the Little Brown Jug, but more importantly, possibly cement themselves into the first round of the 4A Division III playoffs that begin next Friday night. Coach Faust picked up the Little Brown Jug, and he's running down the football field to take it to the Greyhounds that are waiting at about their 10-yard line.
A little bit of good news also. Just heard a halftime score, so this obviously score's a little bit old, but 44-0 at the half. Governor Mifflin was beating Conrad Weiser, which obviously would help the Shippensburg cause.
You know, this game was very much in doubt, particularly the way Shippensburg played in the 3rd quarter, but came back in the 4th quarter, put a score on the board, and managed to eke out a 27-21 victory here tonight.
Well, they did what they had to do. Wasn't pretty at times. A lot of crazy penalties against both teams that just hurt the momentum of their scoring drives. But just it's a good win for Coach Faust, and they finished the regular season on a winning note.
And that they did, and we'll get JD's thoughts and the final statistics for you here in just a moment, as the VFW again is presenting the offensive and defensive player awards of the game that they do on an annual basis. I think I heard this is the 33rd year.
Wow.
That the VFW has participated and recognized student athletes. But what a ball game here tonight.
So many players at Shippensburg. Adam Hauser had a great. Philip Torres, just unbelievable. Hauser with a couple TDs, actually 3 touchdowns with the one with the interception. So he had a heck of a game. Van Syok did what he had to do. Defensively, a lot of good players. Ethan Stauffer's getting the defensive player of the game, and he's just had a heck of a year, both sides of the ball for Coach Faust. And I would hope this would be Adam Hauser, but no.
It's going to be Carter Van Syok.
Well, Van Syok had a good game also.
And I don't think we had an opportunity, Rob, to run down the senior roster here tonight. Let's do it very quickly. Philip Torres and Carter Van Syok, Kane Freidinger, Sterling Shetter, Eddie Ocker, Trevor O'Donnell, Christian Bortz, Gabriel Long, James Monahan, Anthony Petrone, Thomas Shealy, and Aaron Robber, along with Austin Kozier, make up those 13 players that are the seniors on this squad tonight. And it made for a very, very entertaining season for the Shippensburg Greyhounds. So, JD, get the headset on there, and let's wrap up the statistics, if you would, for tonight's game.
No, you're not going to ask me what I thought.
Yeah, we will get to that. Absolutely, we will. Go ahead. What did you think?
Well, like Rob and I talked there at halftime, Shippensburg's quarter was the second. But then on the defensive side of the football, it's where they gave up yards and points in the second half was the third quarter. Big Spring took advantage of that. Luckily, Shippensburg got the interception to start the second half and the score. And then they rallied in the fourth quarter like they had to and got the touchdown. And then 2 fine defensive stands late in the ball game for Shippensburg to come out of here with a win.
Yeah, absolutely. Defense was key for them in the second half.
Yeah, they didn't look so good in the third quarter, but they came back and did not break in the fourth quarter and came up with huge defensive stands. Okay, final stats for their visiting Bulldogs. 41 rushes, 152 yards. 28 for 119 for Adams. Big Spring passing, 16, 3 interceptions. They did not complete a pass in the second half. 186 yards of total offense for the visiting Bulldogs. 11 first downs. For Shippensburg, 42 for 205 on the ground. Philip Torres, 22 for 91. Hauser, 9 for 61. Van Syok, 3 for 24. Sharo, 6 for 24. Ocker, 3 for 5. Passing, 13 for 26 with 1 interception was Van Syok for 172 yards. 9 catches, 108 yards for Hauser to lead the receiving corps. 377 yards of total offense. 18 first downs for Shippensburg. Unofficially on the defensive side of the football, Stauffer, 4 solo tackles, 8 assisted for a total of 12, 2 interceptions. Eddie Acker, 8 solo tackles, 2 assisted for 10. James Monahan, 7 tackles. Gabe Long with 7 tackles. Of course, Monahan with the sack there late in the game. Big pass breakup by Austin Kozier late in the ball game. Big pass knocked down by Chris Bortz late in the ball game. Shippensburg coming out here with a 27-21 win. The only thing is Shippensburg's offense was stagnated in the second half. The double wing and motion, so Big Spring reacted to it. Shippensburg, I think they need what they did on the last touchdown drive. They went back to their pass offense and moved down the field and scored. And when they were trying to run out the clock, they went back to their base offense. I think they needed to switch back to that sooner. I think they got more yards inside and maybe even bounce Hauser outside earlier in the third quarter and so forth.
I think that's a good point. It's been that Jekyll and Hyde offense that we've followed all season long. But with this victory tonight, there is still a chance that they could qualify for a quad a playoff berth next Friday night. And as soon as those final computations are in, I would imagine on Sunday morning, we will have it for you. JD, thank you very much.
Hey, I am going to miss working with you guys every Friday night next year.
Well, we're going to miss you as well.
Maybe we can work something out with the radio station.
Well, I'll let that up to you. I'll let that up to you.
Oh, yeah, I can talk anybody into anything.
Well, this is the final regular season football broadcast for us on SC Sportsnet, but we promise you that the Greyhounds get into the playoffs. We will cover that game for you next Friday night, and we'll have that for you, the time and date, but we'll be on the air 15 minutes prior to that. But it's hard to believe that 51 sports seasons have come and gone, and from that first Little League game on a sunny but chilly spring Saturday morning to the creation of SC Sportsnet with my cousin and broadcast partner Rob Ebersole, it's time to say farewell to what has been a wonderful ride, as they say. There's a good line, and it's one that I've been holding on to for, I'd say, most of this football season. Do not be sad that it's over. Smile because it happened. And that's really how I feel about this remarkable opportunity that I and we were given, and you, our listeners, have allowed us to keep all these years. Through the medium of radio and now the internet, we have been friends a long time. Rob and I have been blessed to meet you like this for many Friday nights. And to my partner in crime, what great times. Truly would not have wanted to do this with anyone else. Love you more than I can say. JD, you've added so much professionalism to our SC Sportsnet broadcasts, and I say thank you to you. And to the rest of our SC Sportsnet family, to Chad, to Mark, to Janelle, and Joan, love you and kisses. And to our listeners, we will miss our times together more than I can say, but I know in my heart that I've always needed you more than you've needed me, and we'll miss our times together more than I can say. There's a wonderful Irish blessing that I would like to share as we say so long. May God give you for every storm a rainbow, for every tear a smile, for every care a promise, and a blessing in each trial. For every problem life sends, a faithful friend to share. For every sigh a sweet song, and an answer for every prayer. We'll not say goodbye. We'll just say farewell, wherever you may be. Good night, everybody.